What is happening, stay-at-home party people? It is a Wednesday, hump day in the Mile High City. 3 minutes past the hour, 2:03, and it's day 24 of 57, 35 days to go before you get back into your favorite restaurant or bar dining room. And we've got a great show for you today. Jay Parker, are you ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Huh?
I am ready to go. I've got caffeine, man. I'm jacked up.
Sam Pasquale, are you ready to go?
Sam Pasquale, he's always ready to go.
As folks are filtering in, welcome to the Modern Eater Show, the voice of Colorado culinary. And we got a great show for you tonight. Your daily dose of food and beverage news. All the food and beverage news you could use right here on the Modern Eater Show. Packed show. And Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 p.m., you can find us right here on the Facebook stream, also on YouTube, as well as Periscope and Twitter. Mm-hmm. Eric Hyatt from Angelo's Taverna is going to join us at 2:30, Jay.
No big deal, but that guy really knows what he's doing.
Oh, we're all the pivot stories that we've been hearing, inspirational, and Eric will join us at 2:30. 3 p.m., Kurt Peter from Infinite Harvest, a tour through a micro farm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
3:30, Jeffrey Nations and the gals from Aspen Baking Company, Codyann and Hollis, will join us. And at 4 p.m., Larry Herz. He's our social media expert, helping businesses with their pivot point to make sure that marketing and everybody gets to see what they're doing. Have you ever seen Adam McKenzie?
Have I personally? Yeah, I've seen him.
Do you know what he does?
Yeah, he's the Jew that can cue.
He is the Jew that can cue. And boy, can he cue. At 4:30, we're going to do a little barbecue demonstration. And then at 4:45, a flashback interview with biker Jim Pittenger from the iHeart Studios.
I don't even know what video you have ready for that, but I'm excited to see it.
All right, it's share time, Jay. And while we share, we play a little bit of music at the beginning of the show. So as our audience is accumulating, a great show here for you today. And this is a cool one. Today's parody song, Corona parody, is by Chris Mann Music, and we'll just play it right now. So while you're hearing this music, you are obligated, and I'm going to check because we're going to check the live stream here. Are you sharing the stream, Jay?
I am, yeah.
To your personal Facebook page?
To my personal page. I shared the...
Are you doing a watch party?
After it's over, I am, wow. Because I don't do it while it's going, because I do it when it's done, and then I fire it back up again. Do you want me to play video?
The patron saint of the kitchen, Sam Pasquale, approves, Jay.
San Pasquale. Are you going to play video with this music, or you just want the music?
Oh, no, we want the video.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go.
I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona. I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona.
Got to make a grocery run. Well, that sounds fun. Why am I out here risking my life? Corona, where's a goddamn parking space? Shit, I touched my face. Wait, I think I finally caught my corona. Stop it, don't be panic. Go inside. No organic? Oh no, all GMO. Jesus Christ, now I panic. I'll die. My corona.
Out of toilet paper and share the show.
Don't come any closer, huh? I'll mess you up. I'm just coming in for some wipes. Corona. Kroger's full of empty shelves. What the hell? Yes, I'm stocking up on boxed white Corona. Nothing's making sense. No more friends. No more basketball kids. Are home from school. It's raining too. And I'm losing my mind. My Corona. My Corona.
I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona.
When you gonna get to me? Get to me. Is it just a matter of time? Corona. Will I kill my family in quarantine?
Yep.
Or is it just a game in my mind? Corona. Then there's Donald Trump. What the fuck? Why you shaking hands and keep telling us nothing's up? That we're gonna be fine. What? My corona. My corona. So sick of my Corona. Hey, my Corona. My Corona.
Wow, you were feeling that one, huh, Jay?
Man, that was, I'm not going to lie, something about that was a little scary. I can't.
That one freaked you out?
Well, I was into it, I was.
And then what happened?
I was getting into it, and then it just kind of freaked me out a little bit. I think it was the dude. I was watching the dude.
Thanks for joining us on the show. Hopefully you took the time to share that. Patrick, too funny. Thank you, man. Did you share the stream? That's all we need to see. Patricia, my lovely mother, is there. We're going to tell you how you can get your hat, Mom. She wants a fancy hat.
She should be texting me in about 10 seconds.
I know. Eric Hyatt from Angelo's Taverna coming up at 2:30. Wait until you hear how Angelo's has pivoted, and you can get that delicious pizza, no problem. 3 p.m., Kurt Peter, Infinite Harvest, Jeffrey Nations, Aspen Baking Company, Larry Hertz. The Jew can queue. Yes, he can. This Jew can queue at 4:30. Or 4:15. Yeah, 4:15.
Mm-hmm.
So it's right there for you, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a great show. Right now, you want to do some news?
Yes.
You do want to do some news. All right, check it out. Here's a video for you. Do you know how to properly shop for your groceries right now?
I think I do. Do
you have any concerns?
About shopping for... you concerns with the food?
Making sure you're safe?
Man.
Here's a quick 2-minute piece, and then we'll talk about it when we watch this.
We all still need groceries during this time of social distancing. What steps can we take to shop as safely as possible? Go when it's not crowded.
Yeah.
If you arrive and the store is packed,
I would
go
never
back another
stand
time.
In that line, would you?
Bring sanitizing wipes with you.
No.
Use them to wipe down your cart in your hands before you shop.
You don't?
Gloves will not be of much use.
No gloves.
If your gloves touch a contaminated product,
guess what?
It will just contaminate the next thing that is touched.
Why would you do that?
Do I need to wear a mask?
Gloves don't
The World Health Organization's general advice is, you are healthy. You only need to wear a mask if you are taking care of a person with suspected COVID-19
Don't tell
infection.
that to Jared
Use a
Polis.
wipe to open freezer doors. Touch as few surfaces as possible. Don't touch your face while shopping.
Don't touch
Social
your face.
distancing. Try to keep a distance of 2 grocery carts between yourself and other shoppers.
In natural grocers,
Wait
they
your turn
actually
at the
have it
register.
marked off 6 feet.
Some cashiers will sanitize the belt before you check out.
I haven't seen much of that.
Try
I wish
a virtual
they'd do that
payment
in front of
system.
me between each one.
If you can, use something like Apple Pay so that you don't have to open your wallet at all. Sanitize your hands and your phone. Make a habit of
I do
doing
that
so
daily.
as soon as you reach the car.
Yeah. The phone. Watch this.
Don't try to disinfect fresh fruits and veggies. The USDA recommends rinsing produce under cold running water to remove any dirt. A firm surface, like apples or carrots, can be scrubbed with a brush. Do not use soap or a diluted bleach solution.
Well,
wash your
bleach,
hands,
you would know
counter, and other surfaces you've touched.
I bleach my
Do
broccoli.
this after you put away the groceries.
I wipe every
Clean
product
your
down.
reusable shopping bags. Wipe inside and out with a disinfecting wipe.
I need to do that better.
Man, nobody's doing that.
No, well, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not. Here,
High-risk individuals should use a delivery service if they can. The CDC says the elderly, the immunocompromised, or people with respiratory ailments, heart disease, or diabetes, or who are undergoing cancer treatment should avoid going in public. Order earlier than you usually do. Delivery times are filling up faster than usual. Tip electronically. Avoid a direct handoff. Arrange to have the items delivered to your doorstep.
Okay. So now, how much of that was common sense?
most of it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really bad at all that. But here's the other thing too, and not for nothing, and not trying to minimalize the precautionary stuff, but it's like
You miss one of those things, and there you go. You got it.
well, let's say washing fruit, right? So wash the fruit before you eat it. I mean, technically, isn't the stuff you're eating, it's going to get killed in your stomach? I'm not saying I want to eat a pile of coronavirus, but I'm just saying it's if you didn't wash your apple or forget, right? I mean, technically, you're going to be okay.
You guys comment. What are you doing with your groceries? Jill has joined us. Jill, I'd love to know what you're doing with your groceries as they come in. I know you're making food that lasts a long time, so you have minimal contact points, which I think is smart. It's just as minimal as you can. You know, I've heard some folks, and as I was researching this yesterday, some people are leaving their groceries out in the sun, you know, the dry goods.
Oh, to have the sunlight kill it?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I was under the impression that everything, you know, that
720-715-3311 is our text line. If you want to text the text line, 720-715-3311. Let us know what you're doing with your groceries. Jay.
Yes.
Yeah. In other news, you want to know this?
Shoot.
All right. China. Look at how this dude is getting. So, restaurant. Look at how he's delivering his food to folks that are coming by to get it. What do you think? Not a bad idea. Just throw it to me. Toss it. Stay away, you know.
你别靠近我，你别靠近我，行，你离我远点，你咋不戴口罩呢？
Easy for you to say.
There you go. Stand back.
家人们啊，特殊时期咱们特殊配送。
Throw it stuff.
Yeah. Look, he's pretty good at it too. Whoop. See? Man, my hamburger's all messed up now. What if that's a pizza? You can't do that with a pizza, can you?
You can try. Were you ever a paper boy?
A paper boy? Sure.
Yeah, that reminds me of being a paper boy.
Oh, throwing stuff. All right, so you guys consider that out there as your new curbside delivery method. Just toss it over to it. If the food's good enough, I'm sure people would do that, right? Yeah, now, here's another thing. Here's how they're delivering food to rooms, right? Here comes your food. Robot.
Okay.
That's minimal contact. Would you feel better with a robot handing you your food?
You know, truthfully,
yes.
No.
No?
Well, me, okay. Well, for example,
I would want a robot.
Me specifically, it's like, I'm not thinking.
Travis says paperboy style. Yeah, that's right, man.
If what's up, Chef
Sharon
Smith?
Clark, I want a hat. All right, we'll get you a hat.
I'm just wipe everything down, wipe this down, wear gloves.
Yeah.
The glove thing, it's like if you put on gloves and you touch some, I mean, then it's just on your gloves, right? So what's the point of that? It's the same, unless, you know, I'd like the doctor to tell me otherwise.
Cool people doing cool stuff. A lot of people doing cool stuff out there right now. And Rebecca Berry, she's killing it. You know Rebecca from the show, and this is what she's doing. So I don't know, what was it? Chris Franklin from Lever's Locavore. We were just shooting the breeze back and forth on the stream, right? Talking to Chris and talked to him about. I told him, stand up. What are you wearing? And he was wearing a Lever's hoodie. I said, I challenge you, Chris. Every day, see if you can find a local company to wear some of their swag, right? And it resonated. He doubled back around a couple days later, and he says, you know what? I got an idea. Let's take it a step further. We've got area inside of Lever's Locavore grocery store that is not being used because it was seating for the general public. No more of that's happening. Let's do a pop-up store. So it took a few weeks to get off the ground and get organized, and that's the way that it should be. But now it's organized. And today's Wednesday. And today is the opening day for this. Everybody check this out. Here's Rebecca Berry.
At Lever's Locavore, Rebecca Berry with Hot Schedules powered by Fourth and the Modern Eater. So we have a ton of merch that you can pick up, including the First Class shirts and the fancy hat. Jen with Lever's did just an amazing job at the pop-up shop. So you can take a look at the merchandise.
How cute is that?
What you can get. I've already had orders for the fancy hats all the way from Texas. We've got a great collection.
Save one for my mom.
Here, the guys did such a great job.
Bruce Beers, look at that.
Sunglasses, hats, baseball shirts, all kinds of stuff.
Bruce
so
Beers has good
100% of this goes directly back to the restaurants. We're our swag. We're too small to fail, and also just, you know, we want to support local as much as we can. Patricia, we'll make sure we get you one of those hats, and we've got your First Crush shirts. And here are the fancy hats and the toast hats that I just love, with Carrie Baird stuff.
Oh, look at that. Awesome.
And then we're moving on to Bistro Colorado.
If we have
just some really cool
Travis, Bistro Colorado, he says, I'm going to take the money that I make from that
bunch
donate
of
it
items,
to
some really
meals.
nice sweatshirts, T-shirts. I have that.
Folks
hat.
that need meals that are in hospitals.
And then moving onward to
working
Bacon Social.
hospitals,
So we've got
nurses,
some hats
doctors.
and some mugs.
You know, the more we get to
and
know
some
Chef
really cool
Smith,
stuff.
the
So make sure to come by
in
Leaders
love we fall,
and check
I
it
think.
out. Hope to see you guys here.
There it is.
If
That's a cool one, man.
No, that's awesome. Let me ask you this question though: if you and I were to wear Carrie Barrett's fancy hat and then toast hat, would you be fancy or would you be toast? Because one says fancy.
I'd be the toast.
One says toast. I'll go with that.
Would you do fancy?
I'll be fancy as hell.
All right. This guy, Jason Wange, he's doing a positivity, positivity message every single day. And I don't know if we want to play the whole thing, but I want to encourage you. Let's just play a little bit of it. But Jason, go to his YouTube channel and support him. It's Jason Wange, Wange. We love the guy.
Can you do this? Can you open it first and then play it? You know,
make it big and then play it.
Yeah, just for my production purposes.
Yeah.
Like that's perfect.
All right, man.
Right there.
And we're learning
Hi,
as
all
we
my
go.
food service friends. This is Jason Wange here in Denver, Colorado, with your Power Plant Positivity Tip Weekend Edition. I hope you are cruising into the weekend, just excited to get some time to chill out a little bit, maybe rest, watch some shows, whatever is fun for you. If you are, run with it. Go do it. For some people, weekends are actually, especially during times of struggle, for whatever reason, weekends are a little bit harder than weekdays. Oftentimes that's because there's a lack of structure or, scheduled in times to help you just divert your attention if things are hard or distract you. You're during the work week, if you've got scheduled time, you're oftentimes creating at your job, whatever you're doing, and weekends often remove all that. So if you're just a little bit nervous heading into the weekend or feeling a little bit less excited, here's a few tips to make your weekend just a little bit better.
Jason,
First,
I don't even know if it's the
create
weekend
a schedule
or
for your
weekday.
weekend. Now, if schedules have overwhelmed you for the week, then don't. But if it's something that you think will help, just print out a schedule for Saturday and Sunday and write in times that you're going to be doing.
Do you need that, Jay?
Things that lift you up,
Schedule
things
for
we
your
talk about here.
days off?
Schedules create boundaries for our minds to engage in certain things and disengage.
What's
and
your
that can be
Saturday
really
look
helpful
like,
if you're
Jay?
struggling. In fact, speaking of scheduling, schedule in moments to be
I try
down.
to sleep in a little
If you
bit.
are struggling or you've got some,
Hold on, I'm listening
struggling
to
with
Jason.
mental health stuff, or you're feeling a little bit sad right now, we don't want it to take all of your weekend or consume all of your time. So one thing that's oftentimes helpful is to schedule in times to be sad or to feel down, and then schedule in time to divert that energy elsewhere into positive, more uplifting things.
That's Jason. Go watch his stuff. I'm telling you, we could do that all afternoon, but schedule your time to be sad, Jay.
Well,
Do you need that?
I
At
don't
all?
know, man.
Zero? Coming up
time,
2:30, Eric Hyatt, Angelo's Taverna. What were you
you're asking me questions. I go to answer them, and then you realize, well, I shouldn't ask him anything because he'll talk forever.
Well, what's the answer to that?
I don't remember the question. Just move.
3 p.m., Kurt Peter and Luke Blau, Infinite Harvest. 3:30, Jeffrey Nations and the gals from Aspen Baking Company. Codyann and Hollis will join us. 4 p.m., Larry Herz talking marketing and social media. This you can cue. Yes, he can. Adam McKenzie.
And
I didn't name him that. Neither did you.
I know. No, but he's going to be cooking. He said he's got some fun steaks. He's going to be grilling
you're
some
gonna love
stuff.
it.
So that's going to be
And
awesome.
4:45, a TME flashback. Guys, if you tag us on anything on the Modern Eater Facebook, tag us. You'll show up in here, and daily we will recognize you. So if you tag us in a post anywhere, and you can see us just scrolling down the timeline here, I think you can. Jay, are you showing that?
No,
you're not.
I'll show. There you go.
All right. So like yesterday, Chef Kyle Biddy was cooking for us here in studio. He tagged us. We're showing his post. There it is. Thank you, man. Other folks, we've got Travis Smith's in here. So tag us. There's Rebecca Berry. She's always working.
She is, man.
Doing a great job. Here is Denver Feed It Forward. These gals working hard, feeding hospital workers. And $17,000 purchased meals for the local restaurants and feed frontline workers. Got to thank them so much. And here's one for you. Jay, you didn't know I was going to do this. Here's just a quick flashback. And let me just do the setup to this.
I can see it, yeah.
This is old school Greg and Jay, man. And we were so proud of this. Listen, everybody, man. If you like this and you're on our stream right now, click love or laugh or wow or cry or what. Give us an emotion. on how you feel when you see Jay and I putting together a Restaurant Week promotion, because basically we just wanted people to look at us in the brand, and nobody was.
Don't let me forget.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Look at Preston.
Hey, Jay,
Yeah, Greg.
you feel like giving something away big?
I do. Let's do it.
I mean, really, really big.
What'd you have in mind?
Restaurant Week's coming up.
Okay.
I love going to eat at Denver restaurants.
I do too.
How about dinner for two, one winner, 7 different restaurants, 7 nights in a row at 7 p.m.
777.
Jackpot, how do you beat that?
You don't.
3 sevens, baby.
That's it.
1 grand prize winner.
Okay.
That's a big prize.
That's huge.
You have to admit that. The winner on February 27th will get to enjoy Butcher's Bistro.
You know where we should go next? The Goods Restaurant. That's a home run.
Grind Kitchen and Watering Hole on Wednesday.
Ding, ding, ding. Jackpot. Okay. Don't forget about Kyle Moyer over at the Crafty Fox Tap House and Pizzeria.
Friday night at Central Bistro. How do you beat that?
Don't forget about fish. Jack's Fish House.
Jack's Fish House. But save room, because Sunday,
Okay.
the charcuterie plate over there at Old Major, it's the best.
Justin Brunson.
Yeah,
And Chef Amos Watts over there.
perfect.
Look at, oh man, that was.
Remember that? We had to move real slow for that one. You know?
Sorry, guys. I'm a reporter. I was just walking by. What are you guys doing?
We're having dinner.
We're having dinner. Thank you, Chef Preston. It was a good dinner too. It was a good dinner.
I forgot how long we've known Preston.
For a while.
He looks the same.
We're going to pick 3 random finalists. They're going to join us for dinner for a live broadcast on February 25th, live at Grind Kitchen and Watering Hole with our friend Chef Preston Phillips. And all you have to do to enter is check out the description. Enter to win. Who knows? It could be you.
Man, that's old school, dude.
Yeah. You guys want to do a Snapchat? You single?
Super old school.
You're hitting
Bye,
the
ladies.
Dinner for
Look
two.
at you talking to the girls.
I don't know, man.
Hey, listen, you know, this was one of our first produced videos, right? Air quotes, produced videos.
Uh-huh.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
I mean, it's really
Well,
not.
I made it.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Hey, you smell like gin. I got a half-eaten piece of chicken.
That just warms my heart. So
I think that's an outtake, man. Did that make the final
Yeah, we-
Check
video?
us out
this-
every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. on iHeartRadio 630 K-House.
Oh man,
My
just had to
gosh.
run down memory lane with that one.
I love it.
All
I
right.
love it.
Let's get to work. It's 2:30, 2:25 in the Mile High City. Couple of minutes early, and while we're standing by for our guy,
He was there.
I know he's there. We're trying to get Eric Hyatt from Angelo's right now. Oh, cool. 1 second. A Plus Beverage Solutions, Jeff Rourke, family business, 20 years. What does he do? He installs tap lines. He does the best: beer, wine, water, coffee, nitro, kombucha, add a line, clean your lines. Right now, you got to clean your lines, Jay.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't let that beer sit in your lines. You got to hurry up and get ready for that May 11th date. Foam is money, and if you're pouring inefficient, dirty-ass beer in your lines, what are you doing, Jay?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Don't pour your money down the drain. Just give the man a call. It's $10 per line right now. $10 per line, 720-272-3809. One more time, Jay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
720-272-3809. A proud supporter of the Modern Eater Show. What's going on, Eric Hyatt?
How you doing?
Good. Good to see you, too. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We've, over the past few weeks, it's day 24. Can you believe 24 days since your dining room's been shut down? Out of 57, 35 days to go. You're kind of in mid-stride now. Eric Hyatt joins us from Angelo's. You are inside of Angelo's right now, in the belly of the beast.
I sure am, man. Thanks for putting those numbers to reality. I never thought about that until you just said it. 24 days down?
24 down and 35 to go.
Not even halfway there yet.
How are you holding up, man? You've been sheltering in place now for 14 days, in case you needed to know. 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm doing all right. I do wish I was able. Hold on, garbage truck. I do wish I was able to spend some more time home with the family, but
well, you're essential.
What's that?
You're essential, Eric.
Yeah,
we need you.
I tell that to my wife every day. I'm essential, babe. Yeah, so we've been able to keep our staff working. We have all of our kitchen staffs working through this. We've been staying pretty busy. You know, dinner time is crazy. We had a really good lunch happy hour deal going on. We had a lot of requests the first couple of weeks we were doing takeout. We had a lot of people asking, are you guys still doing happy hour? And so we decided to put a happy hour together for the neighborhood and our guests that have been asking. So we're doing a 16-inch one-topping pizza and a bottle of our Carboy wine for $20.
Unbelievable. $20. That's awesome. And that's not just the wine. That's the whole kit and caboodle there. He liked it so much, he froze right on that Carboy wine. The Red House blend.
A lot of people like to eat pizza and drink wine during the day when they're not working.
Are you kidding me? That's breakfast.
I mean, listen, all jokes aside, and Eric and Greg, this is for you. There's just a little bit of there's a little bit of enjoyment out there of overindulging in some libations during the week at home that you don't normally get to do.
Oh, yeah, it's naughty.
You know, there's a little bit of fun in that.
Eric, we had perfect Wi-Fi with you earlier.
I'll tell you what, man.
I mean, he was walking around. It was perfect. It's showtime. That's why it happens, Jay.
It happens when there's no one in it.
Yeah, there he is.
Eric's with us. Eric Hyatt, Angelo's. Continue to talk about really your pivot points, because we've had some interesting stories from some interesting folks just trying to keep their businesses alive, Eric. What have you guys been doing in order for survival right now?
Well, we've been doing takeout. One of the things that I've been doing that's way different is getting technology involved. So you used to have to call the restaurant up if you wanted to order food. Now you can order online at our website. Am I frozen again?
Nope, you're good.
All right. But yeah, now you can order online through our website. You can order takeout and delivery through DoorDash, or you could just call us up and pick it up at the restaurant. So we've been implementing a lot of cool technology additions to the restaurant that we haven't had before. So
how much of that do you think you'll keep post coronavirus?
Oh man, I'm gonna keep it all. It's been cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been staunch proponent of call me, talk to me, order food. But if you can do it online and we don't have to pick up the phone, I'm a big fan of that. But one of the most important things that we're really enjoying right now is the ability to keep our staff working, keep them, having money in their pockets. We've been also doing some cool stuff with Rose Medical Center and Denver Health, being able to feed the frontline workers. Our healthcare professionals are putting themselves at risk every single day.
That's fantastic. 100 meals in a couple days ago.
Yeah, we did 50 meals on Sunday, 50 on Monday, sandwiches and salads, and now went all to Rose Medical Center. And then about a week and a half ago, we did a big lunch deal for the ICU nurses at Denver Health.
That's fantastic.
Shout out! Thanks for all the work you guys are doing.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, again, when restaurants are now jockeying for position and pivoting to survive, that it's a no-brainer to still help out and feed those that need food.
Yeah, it really is. And it's, it's something that really, it's a happy spot in what we're doing. It's tough to be down 75% from where you were overnight. So to find something that in what you're doing to bring happiness and to our lives, to be able to give back. It sounds selfish to say it out loud, but man, it feels good to be able to give back and be a part of what's going on in the community.
Yeah, it's interesting. Folks are trying to grab a smile here and a laugh there whenever they can, and in a time where you kind of feel guilty. There's some interesting things happening with humanity right now, and the togetherness is really inspiring.
We got our window open here. Can you see outside?
Yeah, I can. It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful day. You get people walking by. We were able to chat with them and see how they're doing. Got a picture. Don't forget to put your mask on.
I know. What'd you make yours out of?
This is my Nepalese headband. I can't do it with one hand.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
There you go. I got this in Nepal about 10 years ago. You're supposed to wear it on your head, but on your hair.
Yeah, now it came in handy. Okay, flip that camera around and let's see where you do triage, and it gets nuts around there at about 4:30, 5 o'clock, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's lunchtime, so not much going on right here. So we got our tables.
Yeah, shows.
We got our tables. That's for DoorDash. We go alphabetized. So come 4 o'clock, between 4 and about 7:30, these tables are filled with bags and salads and bottles of wine. We have all of our wine up here. Prisoner's $40, guys. If you guys want a bottle of Prisoner, it's $40.
Wow.
And we have our wines that we're selling. And these are the bottles that we're doing for Cardboy Winery. You know what we're also doing is, hold on, I'm walking around. I'll show you in our cooler over here. We got our cocktails to go.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, we got limoncello, we got Tito's Dirty Martini, you got our Barrel Aged Manhattan, and a Negroni.
It's awesome.
So we got cocktails to go for people.
It's the
popular.
It's the Wild West right now, and you never thought.
It does feel like that. It does feel like that. And every once in a while, I'll see someone walk past the window with a glass of wine in their hand. I'm just like, come on, man.
It's got a Las Vegas kind of feel to it.
Eric Hyatt, Angelo's Taverna, 6th Avenue. What's the cross street?
6th and Washington.
6th and Washington, showing how they're pivoting right now. First of all, what do those batch drinks go for? Those cocktails in a
they're $15, but there's 2 servings in each one.
Yummy,
and
yummy.
Our bottled wines are priced to sell $15 and $20 a bottle.
Also, you were showing us something that you were doing. Breckenridge gave you some.
Yeah. Let me. I'll get their logo on there. They'll probably appreciate that. Where is it at? It's over. There you go.
Almost. It should pop in.
Yeah, there's their cap. So Breckenridge Brewery, their flagship brewery that's over by our location in. Man, look at me.
Do you have video, Jay?
No, I lost them.
Yeah, I lost your video too.
Flip the camera back around. Let's try that. Whatever you did, go reverse it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'll let you know.
That makes me think. As we try to.
Eric, jump out of the chat room and jump back in if you would.
How do I do that?
All together. Yeah, do that. Make sure that we get that.
Yeah, that's the
3 p.m. Kurt Peter's going to join us. Infinite Harvest, 3:30. Jeffrey Nations, Aspen Baking Company. Eric Hyatt's back. That's perfect. We can see now. Yep, you're there.
Yeah. All right. Boom. So Breckenridge, the Breckenridge Brewery, they're next door to our location in Littleton, and we did a big trade out. We traded them like a bunch of pizzas for 3,000 of their 22-ounce beer bottles.
Cool.
So we've been using those to pour wine into. We didn't have enough glass on hand to suffice filling taps for everybody to buy it to go.
I love the trade thing. I was telling people I want to bring. Do you ever remember Tradio? This probably just makes me a million years old. Do you remember Tradio?
Trey who?
So Tradio.
Trey who?
No.
All right, so Tradio was
from that video we were watching earlier with you guys eating outside.
No. Tradio is a thing that they used to do on late night talk radio, and they'd open up the signal because KOA, it's King of Agriculture, and they'd basically blast over like 48 states, and they would send out. Tradio would be something like this, just like you did. I've got 3,000 bottles, and I want 400 pizzas for them. Or it'd be like a tractor and I've got a chicken coop. Who wants, I'm looking for basically, the wanted ads, but on the radio. And it was just so interesting. But I'm liking how we're getting back to the days of like, what service do you have or product and what do I have? That's an interesting time that we're living in right now.
Why don't you bring that back?
Would you call it? What you have something at home of value that you're?
I got a lot of pizzas here. I can contribute pizzas. It's a great trade value.
All right, what do you need? I've got an old lawnmower. I'm trying to think what else. An old mixing board.
Digger.
Seriously, what do you need? Do you need anything?
I do. I need a post hole digger. I need to help putting my composter together. I just got my composter delivered today. So I've been saving my scraps from all the cooking I've been doing at home, all the kitchen scraps. You know what I've been doing a lot of is juicing.
Have you?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Are you doing the celery juice in the morning?
Yeah, it's celery, carrots. I put apples in there, those little cuties, jalapeno, ginger, and kale, and tomatoes and pepper. It's so good. So all that stuff that's left over from the juice, and I've been saving it so I can get my compost kicked up at full gear
for your garden
this summer. Yeah, I got my garden all ready. I'm ready to go. I got my spot picked out. I just need my next day off. I need to get my shovel out. So you want to help? I'll let you. It's Saturday. It's before the show.
That's the day, Saturday. I'll tell you what, I'm good in the backyard, but usually it just means sitting down and drinking a beer. But I like
company.
I like watching people do stuff. Eric Hyatt with us, Angelo's Taverna, talking about pivot points and what they're doing over there. It looks like you have a lot of great offerings, which is fantastic, and able to retain some folks with some jobs because you are doing some business. Social media comes into play. You're doing some good stuff on social media too, but it's basically just reaching out to people that have supported you in the past and being able to continually connect to them.
Yeah, that's what's been big for us too, is connecting with our guests, our neighbors. I'll show you. I made some signs. By hand there. Let me see. Let me see it. You see it?
Yes, I can see them. Delivery with DoorDash.
Did you do that whole thing with like markers?
I did. I did it all with markers.
Wow.
That's our.
How long did that take you?
That's perfect. And every day I drive down 6th Avenue to go home, and I see those signs, and you just can't help but see them. But there's no secret. You're open for business right now.
Yeah, it's a little slow right now during the day, but it took a little while to make those signs. Busted out the markers. I haven't had my art skills put to the test in quite some time, so it was nice to, get to coloring.
Yeah.
But it's I've been talking with a lot of my friends that are also in the restaurant industry and what they're doing in the bar industry, and a lot of people are just holding out and holding on. And one of the things that I'm hoping that most people are able to do is take advantage of that payroll protection program that's been put through. I hope that everybody out there has had the chance to apply for it, and we did. We haven't heard back yet, but we're hoping that we're going to be able to pay our staff 100% of their salary for 8 weeks. So they don't have to be on unemployment. They don't have to work just their 65, 75%. They'll be at 100%. So that's what I have my fingers crossed for, that we're able to pull that through.
Yeah, that's one of the better ideas that's out there, is that PPP, because why, instead of paying folks unemployment to sit on their rears, let's get them their wages, get them to work, and have that subsidized. And at the same time, there's movement out there. There's commerce. They're doing things. They're spending that money. So that's one of the. I hope that can actually get funded quicker than what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, it's kind of been a trickle to get it going. I don't even know when they're going to talk about approvals, like it's Friday or next week or what. But
I know.
My staff is chomping at the bit. They do not want to be sitting at home doing nothing. They're energetic. They're go-getters. They're self-starters. So it's been tough for them to be home with all this going on.
I've been I know you got to get soon, but I've been kind of refining this conversation in my head about post-coronavirus and this ramp up to 35 more days to go to that restart point of May 11th, right? So let's just say that's the go date, May 11th. Eric, do you think that restaurants are going to resemble what they did pre-coronavirus, to where folks are going to want to sit in a crowded bar area, crammed in at happy hour next to strangers without, I mean, I have to think that the complexion of how restaurants will operate needs to be adjusted, and that all of your, when you look at food costs and turning tables and labor costs and how you plan for that, it has to do with the business that you have right now. Do I still have you, Eric? Because you froze up there mid-thought. I want to wait for Eric. Let's see if Eric pops back up.
Man, I'll tell you.
Hey, listen.
I know. I know it's not us. It's the internet and the world.
Eric Hyatt, Angelo's Taverna. Maybe he'll pop in and pop back out. I was thinking about doing a live, but no. I had a train of thought. Let's see. Eric, if you can hear us, pop out of that room. I'm going to do a Rome's live. This is this week's offering from Rome Sausage, a meat box. And who doesn't need a meat box delivered to your door? Now delivering a curated box of local produced and sourced grown proteins. He's teaming up with Centennial Cuts out of Fowler, Mary's Organic, Buckhead Beef in Denver. You got River Bear Heritage Bacon in this box, salmon fillets from Seattle Fish, wild caught mahi, 4 fillets of that. And in this box, it's only $190 for this meat box, and that goes the week of April 6th. So you're safe. Order online at romesausage.com. Again, this is local. This is how you can support local people and local businesses, giving you good quality products as they're teaming up with other great quality brands and delivered to your door. romesausage.com or 303-296-7663. 303-296-7663. Maybe Eric didn't want to have that conversation with me.
I don't think that's it. I think that the internet said, well, we gave you a little bit, and that's all you get.
All right, thanks for tuning in. The Modern Eater Show continues. Eric Hyatt, we're waiting for him to jump back in. And the voice of culinary continues. If you're not watching, you're really not paying attention. From 2 to 5 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, we're coming at you from Studio Kitchen, Colorado, and Saturdays from 6 to 8 p.m. on iHeartRadio. You can check out all of our archives on our YouTube channel, which I kind of want to show our YouTube channel right now, if you don't mind. It's so underserved. Look at this.
Do it.
Only 81 subscribers because we never push it. But we've got tons and tons of content on here. Look at these videos. I mean, any given one. Look at it. Here's Jeff Suskin. We can go right to Jeff's interview here, hanging out.
Do it. Oh, that was a good interview, too.
We've got, you go down the list of who it was. It's here on our YouTube channel. Alex Liberati, I see right there. Chef Brother Luck. Troy Guard. This was a great interview, too. Right here.
Tons, man. Tons of content. Play a little bit of his interview.
Let's do it.
Just need
the audio's on your end.
Just need that. Well,
let's see.
Well, I'm aware. Should be going.
Well, we don't need that. Here, it's probably me. It is me.
I want to keep challenging myself, bringing along the team with me. I love it when I can see a cook get promoted or a server get promoted or a manager get promoted. And
Nadine's back on the stream.
And I'm proud that, I had to beg, borrow, and steal to get my first restaurant open. And now we have 13. And that's because of the passion and hard work and the teamwork, really, that believes in the vision. And again, it's really more about.
Eric's coming
failing.
back.
I don't want to fail.
There he is.
It's okay.
Check out
to make mistakes.
Hey, there he is. Eric's back. I was just, what I was doing while I was tap dancing? I was playing a video of Troy Guard was on with us about a week and a half ago, talking about what's he doing with his 13 restaurants, and what's that going to look like post coronavirus? And he was sitting in his office with Nikki, his wife, and they were kind of just hashing it out. But how much of the conversation, let me just reset it. Post coronavirus, May 11th, say we just open the doors. Are you as a restaurateur, are you counting on business as normal and people are just going to flood back in for happy hours and be in bar seats next to them and oh, hey, table of 15, please. And how do you account for that? Because seating.
Yes, I think yes and no. I think that you're going to get both of that. Truthfully, there's from listening to people talk and what their opinions are around this part of town. People want to get back to their normal lives. They want a semblance of what it used to be. They want to enjoy happy hour. They want to be able to meet up with their friends and do things that they haven't been able to do before. The last. How we doing? Do I need to sign for that?
Just a quick name. It's for
Eric.
Anna.
Eric, yeah, Anna. All right, thanks.
His name's Bob.
I'm getting the UPS delivery. But I think people want to get back to normal. I do know that it's not going to be the same. I don't expect that we're going to open up and be busy as we were the weekend we closed down. I'm expecting that we're going to have to do 50% of the business we were doing before by taking away some tables, creating that space. I'm going to take away bar stools so people aren't sitting on top of each other. I don't know the last time you've been inside Angelo's, but it was cramped,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was pretty tight, and people are on top of each other almost. It's going to look a lot different when people come in. If we're able to open May 11th, we're going to take some tables away. We're going to create that space. We'll have the patio going, which will be great. But we're going to be bringing it back happy hour so people can enjoy those deals that they have appreciated and loved over the years. We're going to do Mollusk Monday again. So we really do want to be able to bring back some of what people have been missing. And, it's to be able to go into a place that you've, frequented for the last, several years of your life. It's to be able to go back there again and get a glass of wine and a pizza or some char-grilled oysters. It's going to feel like, getting back to normal again. And I think that we're going to be able to do our part for that.
As a restaurant owner, I think your business is, around how many, like, what does a seat in your restaurant mean to you money wise? 10,000?
10 in a day?
No, in a year.
We looked at the math on that, and we were looking at what it is per turn. But each seat, I seat inside my restaurant 100 people inside the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So each seat, if you do the math on that, it's probably worth what is
10,000 a year.
What is that? Is that 4 million? No, is that $1 million? What is that math?
Well, yeah, I know. What is that? It's like we just drew a blank right there. What is that math? So that would be $1 million at 100 seats and 10,000.
Yeah. So each seat's probably like, 40, 50,000.
Okay.
$40,000 or $50,000 each. Yeah. I never thought of it that way. Holy cow. Hey, that makes me want to reupholster my cushions a lot sooner.
Well, I'm just saying that what are we going to look at? Are we going to look at a $20 martini or a $30 chicken sandwich?
No. So for us, it's going to be a decline in sales. It's going to be a decline in profits, but it's going to be the same value that Angelo's was known for before we had to close our doors to the public. We're going to be the best happy hour deal in town. We're going to still have $1 oysters, $2 char-grilled original oysters. We're going to have that $5 glass of Cabernet Carboy house wine. We're still going to have those value-priced items. Not one item on our menu, food-wise, is going to be over $19. So, that's kind of what our mantra's been, and we're not going to change that. And,
Jay, keep that soundbite. Right, we're Eric. This is on video. We're holding you to that.
Yeah. Wait, you said this was like a Snapchat. It goes away after.
That's right.
Speaking of oysters,
prank call.
There, Eric Maya Parrish on Facebook says those oysters are on point.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Can't wait to get that person back in here to have them when we're open again. What we were just talking about? Am I frozen again?
No, you're good. You're good.
we were just talking about what are the oysters going to look like when we start ordering again, because we cut that off. That our supplier's not bringing them in, and there's not a need for it or a market for them right now. So they're just sitting in their cages, eating away and growing and getting bigger. They're going to be monsters when they come out of those things.
Ready to go. Zach Johnson, the Spice Guy, says, "Don't take out too many chairs, Big E."
How you doing, Zach?
Yeah, he's joined the stream.
He's spicy.
So stuff like, okay, here's one that's going around. Would you be open to make people feel comfortable to have a wash station before you enter the door?
A wash station, like one of those ones you'd see at like a concert?
Yep.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't be against that. One of the things that we'll be doing as a restaurant is we have a lot more sanitizing products that you're able to apply without having to keep wiping stuff down, so it kills things on contact. And we did that before we closed down, and we've gotten really good at being efficient and thorough with that during this process of doing just takeout. We have our cleaning captain that's assigned at each shift. So that person goes around and does all the handles and the door handles and the faucet handles and anywhere that your hands will touch, surfaces that people touch, they're all getting sprayed down. So you're going to see a lot more of that. Plenty of hand washing going on. Temperature taken before we go in. I don't know.
How about for employees?
Yeah, I do. I have my temperature the thermometer one that we've been using. We actually started using that right in the very, very beginning.
I refuse to use any one except for the thermometer that's inserted. That's I go old school.
You want this one inserted?
No, man.
I go old school.
Yeah. That's right. I go old school.
I go old school. Yeah, I was doing it before the coronavirus.
That's right.
I just imagine you
daily
post and licking handrails just trying to get sick.
No way, man. Eric, your bar days, you remember being a bartender?
I do, yeah. Fun times.
All right, whip us up a old fashioned.
You want me to whip you up an old fashioned now?
Yeah, we need one. Can you do it?
Yeah, I could do it. I don't have my liquor up here, but I can. Here.
Well,
let me show you how I whip up. I'll give you a Manhattan right now if you're interested.
Okay, I'm interested.
Here you go.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, we just have Bakari and our friends from Breckenridge Distillery up in the mountains. We've been making these Manhattans with their bourbon.
That's great. Such a nice bar and beautiful day, and you can't help but just kind of just daydream for that time. Everybody's waiting to wake up from this weird ass sci-fi movie, man.
Yeah, it feels like that. What's funny, though, is every day it feels more normal, though. Every day that we come in here, we have our processes now. We have our systems. We have new opening side work, new closing side work.
Yeah.
New systems in place. And, every day it seems a little bit more normal.
Would you stay in the business if it stayed like this forever?
Yeah.
That says something.
I would.
And that means
I'd work a lot less hours, so hell yeah.
That just means you have no other marketable skills.
Zero.
Eric, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you for helping out the community as well, and Rose Hospital and all those men and women that are on the front line, just keeping us all safe and alive.
Appreciate you asking to be on your show. You guys are doing great things.
Thank you.
Keeping this restaurant community connected and having some fun. I appreciate that. So.
Amen. Amen, brother. Thanks for joining us. We're going to move on to the next one. You want to hear a couple people that are going to be on? Infinite Harvest. You ever had their microgreens?
I have not.
You haven't? Okay. Jeffrey Nation's Aspen Baking Company is going to be on.
Yeah, I've had his baked goods.
Have you ever seen This Jew That Can Cue? This Jew Can Cue Adam McKenzie. He's hot stuff, man.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes, he is. And then we're going to do a flashback interview. But Eric, you were a home run today, and thanks for entertaining some of that post-coronavirus conversation.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you after this is all over.
I know.
All
We will. All right, brother. There he is.
Bye-bye.
Eric Hyatt. Man, that's cool. All right, who's on the stream?
We have
Zach's
Kurt.
there. Nadine's there.
Oh,
Codyann, LaCouture. She's watching.
Brian Curry says, good luck, stay strong.
Mark Antonation, there you go. Hey, Mark, share the stream, would you? We can see that. Zach Johnston, things are changing slowly again, finally.
Yeah.
And Brian Curry, good luck, stay strong. Kyle Zeppelin watching. Sweet Nick Touch. Wow.
Yeah, you remember Nick? Brian Freeman.
Brian Freeman
joined in.
What's happening, Brian? Thank you for joining us. And each and every day we are here from 2 to 5 p.m. I'm just going to throw some hearts out there. You see that? That's me throwing out hearts.
Do it,
That's how I would love to see everybody. I mean, can't you do that? Don't you guys know how to give hearts or laugh? There's Richie Schneider. Hello, hello. Our next guest is here. I believe that's Kurt Peter. Am I right? Is that Kurt? That's Kurt. No audio, Kurt.
No audio.
All right.
Something's going on. Hey, Kurt, if you guys can hear us, put a thumbs up.
He's got his audio.
Oh. Yeah, we got it now. Do you got audio now?
Yes, we do. Turn your phone sideways and open up that full screen, would you?
Oh, and it's not opening.
Well, it's not. Wow, it's Samsung. That's why. Just turn it back the way it was, and we'll deal with some borders there. You're all right, folks. You're all right, fellas.
I think we have Kurt Peter and Luke Blau here with us. Infinite Harvest. Luke, did I get your last name right?
That's correct.
Yeah, you probably a few times, Luke. You probably heard Luke Blow a few times, right? we figured, okay, if he was a coke dealer, that'd be pretty cool. But you are a micro greens dealer
instead.
So, gents, where are we right now? I actually have. Let me do this, Jay.
Yeah,
I've got a video of our last visit to you guys, and I think you're going to send us on a little tour. But if I can find this, oh man. I want to find this. Here it is. Infinite Harvest. It's in the interviews. Shoot. Okay, guys, we were going to go on a tour, and you were going to take us through there. But first of all, Luke, would you tell us about Infinite Harvest, what you guys do?
Sure. So we're a vertical farm here in Lakewood, Colorado, and we grow indoors, controlled environment agriculture. So basically, we're able to control every aspect of the plant's life, from humidity, temperature, light setting, water schedule, and we grow lettuce and microgreens all year round, 365 days a year, and we sell to local distributors and restaurants and that sort of thing.
And we've got in the background, I think Jay's playing, and we have a video of us.
No, I'm not playing. I'm doing other stuff. You got to give me those heads up.
Heads up, man.
Well,
look at that. We're showing.
All right, there it is. Now it's up.
Now it's up. Okay, it's we are in there, and I think you guys, if your Wi-Fi will hold up, we'll take a tour right now. But Infinite Harvest, tell us about the setup and what we're about to go into and see, and then let's make sure that you sanitize your shoes and you put all the
exactly.
Go
ahead.
Sure.
So what we're about to do here is go into our production facility, and you can see here through the window what we're about to walk into. You can see the pink hue there is a combination of the red and the blue light. But before we go in, we've got to go through our airlock. So this is what me and Kurt are going to go through now. We knock on the door here to make sure that we not jumping in on anybody. And you can see here, GAP's Global Food Safety certified, 96%. So we're very, very serious about our food safety. So what we're going to do in this room here is get all ready to go, all geared up. We're going to put our Infinite Harvest harvesting hats on, and we're going to get our sanitized shoes that we only use in the grow here. Get those on. All of our crew, they do the same process so that we make sure we're keeping all the pathogens out, any bugs or anything like that out, and we keep it very clean inside the grow room. So we're going to wait for Kurt here to get all set up and ready to go. You all set, Kurt?
All set.
All right.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look in here.
Nice. Okay. Keep going. You're doing a great job.
All right, so as we walk in, you can notice the rows and the different levels of all the plants growing. Can you guys hear me okay? It is a little bit louder in here.
No, you sound great. Oh, just as I said that.
Okay, good. So what we're looking at here is the backside of our NFT channels. So basically, this is the system that we use to feed our plants. So the water is going to come in through the front side of these channels, and a thin layer of nutrient and water will rush underneath the roots, and that's how these plants are getting by. And you can see the LED lights. Like I said, it gives that kind of pinkish hue, and that's the red and the blue spectrum is what we're utilizing to make these plants grow. If we walk down here the hallway, I'll take you guys to our irrigation room, which is going to house our 4,000-gallon reservoir, which feeds the entire system here. So on average, we're using about the same amount of water as a 4-person American household. And from what we could tell, we're using about 95% less water than traditional agriculture. So what happens is the water comes out these tanks, it'll flow through these pumps, and it'll go out to the plants, and anything that's not used by the plants then gets uptaken and refiltered and sterilized and back into the tank. So we're able to capture a lot of the water that we don't use, which is great. I'll say a little something about this here. This is the brains of the operation. So this is basically our server, and what this is doing is taking in all of our inputs on what we want our watering schedule to be, what we want our lighting schedule to be, how much light and water and nutrients we want, and pH we want the plants to see. So all that is automated through this system here. And like I said, that allows us to grow a lot of plants with very little attention to each plant. So at any given time, if you guys want an idea of the scale, we're growing at any one time 26,000 plants, heads of lettuce in this system, which is roughly equivalent to an acre's worth of traditional agriculture. And we're doing that in a 5,000 square foot facility. So with that, you can kind of see the scale and the savings, the land efficiency savings that we're able to do in a facility like this. We're growing 4 different types of lettuce. You can see we've got 2 different types right here. Our butterhead, our most popular, and Kurt could probably talk about that, but our most popular type of lettuce here. And Kurt, you have anything?
No.
Got a few tests running here. We're always experimenting with new and different types of lettuce, just based on see if there's any consumer interest, and so that's kind of fun to play with. Do you guys have any questions so far, or anything in particular?
Well, I think what we're trying to do is just not interrupt you, because, I don't know how good the communication is back and forth because it's noisy in there. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Yep. We can hear you great.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Jay, you had a question?
Yeah. So when you say experimenting with different lettuce, do different lettuces and different, vegetables in this setting grow faster than others? And is there a why for that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 4 different types of lettuce that we grow, that's mainly going to be a 35-day grow in the NFT system, and a 56-day overall growth from seed to harvest. But then with our microgreens, we have a variety. We go anywhere from a week we can get our radish microgreen out to 3 weeks, close to a month, to get some of our longer growing microgreens out. As far as the lettuces, though, that's pretty consistent. That's going to be about a 56-day grow. Yep.
What kind of produce can you grow in there? What are you limited?
Right now with this system, we're limited to mostly leafy greens, although we have been experimenting with some different types of things. But it's mainly going to be leafy greens.
What would happen if you tried to grow a watermelon in there?
If we tried to grow watermelon in here, well, I think we would have to do a lot of retrofitting. But with the team that we've got here, I bet you we might be able to figure that out.
Okay, can we order 2 watermelons, please?
Yeah, that's right.
2 watermelons. All right, it might be a few months.
All right. So you guys, a lot of talk about food safety, of course. And when you look at a facility like this, you really talk about a controlled environment. I say facilities like this, you can really call this an organic facility because you control. It's not like you're dealing with Farmer John's habits. 2 farms away and his water's running into your farm. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about the controlled environment and how you can really regulate that food safety.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So being a controlled environment, we're able to more so than a traditional farm, control everything that comes in and out. So we are, like I said, GFSI certified, Global Food Safety Initiative, and being indoors, we control everything, like I said, that comes in and out, and we're not at the mercy of Mother Nature. So our pest control program is very, very much different than a traditional agriculture. We utilize beneficial bugs and bacteria to keep pathogens off of our plants. And so anything that we would use is 100% organically certified. But again, we don't use any harmful chemicals for that very reason, that we're indoors, we're protected from Mother Nature and all the things that come with that. So yeah, it's a great point.
Some farmers that we talk to are unapologetic soil farmers that will tell you that you need that soil for nutrients, and anything that is otherwise is depleted and nutrient deficient. Talk about that.
Yeah, so the nice thing about technology and the state of the world that we're in right now is scientists are able to develop and mimic Mother Nature's naturally occurring nutrients very well now. I mean, the nutrients that we get in are specially blended for what we're growing here for leafy greens, and it's not chemically synthesized. It's anything that you would find naturally occurring in the ground. It's just manufactured in such a way that we're able to put it directly into our water source. And it's just a different way of feeding plants. I know it can be a little science fiction-y and a little bit strange for a lot of folks that's not in soil, but really we're taking everything that Mother Nature's already given us, and we're feeding the plant in a different way, in a way that we think is more sustainable, and that's going to be beneficial for everybody going forward. But I do appreciate the longness for the romantic nature of farming. But I think we're creating a whole new kind of farming, which is also pretty neat.
Great answer, and yes, a very sustainable way as we try and feed a lot of people good food. And we're finding any more these days, just because you're an organic farm, it's hard to control your environment. And looking at this environment, I can see how it's just pristine. I have some of your butter lettuce in my refrigerator right now, you guys, and I eat that like potato chips. But it's just so delicious, pristine. It all looks great. Talk about how you can get consistency inside there.
Right. Well, I appreciate it. I also love our butterhead, and I eat that stuff on the regular for sure. So as far as consistency goes, again, back to being a controlled environment, we're able to control every aspect of this plant's life. So out in Mother Nature, you may have a bad week, you may have a drought, you may have a week where the bugs are particularly bad. Out here, we're 365 days a year, we're able to give these plants exactly what they need. And if we do have an issue, we're also able to correct it. So if we lost a little bit of, if we're looking a little small on some of our heads of lettuce, we can bump up the light schedule to get that same consistency and size that you guys are used to, the people who are using our product are used to.
I think it deserves to be reiterated, and especially in a time and age where water is a commodity, and we're in drought most of the time here in Colorado, but the less water that you use. Talk about the water again and how much you use.
Right. Yeah, good point. So, as you know, water is big out here, like you said, and a system like this, hydroponics and using the NFT system, we're recapturing all of the water that the plant isn't utilizing, and that's going right back, getting filtered and going back into our tanks. So we're seeing a huge water savings compared to traditional agriculture, where the irrigation systems, you get a lot of runoff, you get a lot of overwatering, and then runoff is taking fertilizers and chemicals into rivers and streams and lakes that isn't that great for those environments. What we're doing in a closed system like this is just getting the maximum use out of every drop.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Luke, you've been quiet. Anything you want to say?
Hey, Luke, it's Jay here. Are you guys offering curbside pickup now? Does one of you guys want to talk about that, on how people can get some of that delicious leafy green lettuce on the curbside?
Yeah, let me hand it over to Kurt, and he can talk about that.
You did a great job, Luke. Kurt, yeah.
Yes. We're really looking to grow the distribution of our product out of what traditionally has been more of a distributor-based distribution system. And so we've implemented a online direct customer-based system, and we're also really striving to gain access with the box programs that farmers do directly with consumers that buy shares under the CSA programs. We also are trying to capitalize, especially during these times, with the home service delivery options that are out there right now. There's quite a few companies that are doing home service deliveries, and that is also what we've keyed in on, and it's really been a positive thing.
Absolutely is, because as Sherry chimed in on the Facebook stream, mentions our products only used to be served in high-end restaurants, but now with COVID-19, we have online purchase link, and you can buy ahead of us for pickup. And we're seeing a lot of those pivot points, and the folks over there at What Chefs Want and Growers Organic have been taking you up on that and putting your great microgreens into their boxes for distribution as well. But until restaurants get their footing again, this is what it's going to look like in order to support you guys. And I would say, again, if you care about local and you're seeing these guys right now, put that order in online. And I don't know, Jay, do we have a link that we can put into the stream?
I can do that. I can also put up their website.
Yeah, put up their website
so people know how to find them.
Yeah, cool, guys. Anything you want to add before we jump to the next?
I don't have anything, guys. Anything else you would like to see, or any other questions?
Oh, you did a great job. No, we've been through on a tour. That's fantastic. Maybe that's a question. Do you guys ever offer the general public a tour of the facility, or is that just no off limits? It's too hard to do.
No, I think that's something that we encourage. on all levels. We really want people to see the fantastic way of hydroponically growing lettuces and microgreens, and how healthy and nutritious this type of growing works. So, yes, we do encourage tours.
That's fantastic. Guys, there they are. And we have to thank you for coming on the stream. I haven't had the opportunity to sit. I think that Kurt, we've talked before. Luke, I think this is the first time we've met, but Kurt Peter and Luke Blau, Infinite Harvest, Sherry as well, Sherry Cree, you guys do a great job, and we'll catch up with you guys soon.
Thank you very much. Take care now.
There it is.
Bye-bye.
Cool stuff right there, man. Jay, could you sit in there all day long with the light like that?
I don't know. I think I could.
You think I think I can. I think I can. Sherry put a link how you can order.
Oh, there you go.
Follow that link. Those guys are great. And support local, right? Do it direct. I wonder if they'll keep that around. Sherry, as you're on there, Sherry, will you keep that post-coronavirus where folks can buy direct? The voice of Colorado culinary continues. And Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 p.m. We're right here, all in our places with sunshiny faces. Jay, are you happy today?
Yeah. I mean, I'm as happy as I get.
You're in a good mood?
Yeah.
And Dr. Metz, this will be the first day that she's not with us at the end of the show, and I think I'm going to freak out a little bit.
There's a possibility that
she'll join us?
If her call gets out early,
we'll extend the show.
But
we'll wait till 6 o'clock for her.
Yeah.
7?
Right. She was watching earlier.
8? What's the cutoff point for you?
For Dr. Metz, I mean,
gluten-free things. Arvada, to bakery. Crazy John Irvin. Is that we're going with that, right?
Well,
I think it fits.
You are.
Crazy John Irvin, the gluten-free wizard, is what I've been calling him. Gluten-free Things is a dedicated gluten-free bakery, and you can find it in Arvada. Everything from crostinis and hot dog buns, pitas and pizza crust to graham crackers, cookies, and cupcakes. If you're gluten-free and all of these fresh-baked options are something that you want, I would encourage you to find them online at glutenfreethings.com or stop in. He's open. Crazy John Irvin's considered essential.
Yeah,
can you believe that?
Stop in and well, yeah, I can believe it.
Sonia Riggs, Colorado Restaurant Association, as we do this on the fly. We even produce while we're talking to you right now. Sonia Riggs can do 4 o'clock. What do we have at 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock, we have Larry Herz.
Okay, we can't do 4:15. Let's just say 5 o'clock. You want to go a little longer today, 5 o'clock, and then see if the doctor can join us? I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I want to get Sonia on the show, though.
Whenever I just tell Sonia can't do 4, but other than that.
How about 4:45, and we'll extend our flashback, or even maybe push it to tomorrow. Have a flashback for you at 4:45. We're going to play a flashback interview of Jay, myself, Little Rich Schneider, Biker Jim Pittenger.
What we need to do is find that
in the iHeart Studios.
Find that video of me dancing at the Cherry Creek.
I could find that. I will find that. That's a good one. Hey Jay, are you howling at the moon at 8 o'clock?
I forgot to I was in the shower last night and forgot. But
were people doing it in your neighborhood?
They were.
They were not.
I Snapchatted.
You want to see what they're doing in my neighborhood?
Yeah, I Snapchatted mine.
You did? Mm-hmm. Check this out. Let's see where we're at. Seems like one of them howling nights. This is my neighborhood. Molly, how's the quarantine?
Listen, heavy.
Yeah.
I'm terrified you're going to say something you shouldn't.
Frank, I don't think I do. Cindy,
how much whiskey's in you?
Sipping on 0. I've been Cindy.
Oh, good.
Keep your immune system up. Clear head. What a beautiful night. Oh, it was last night. So 8 p.m. That's the moonrise. You know what yesterday's moon was called?
Beautiful full moon.
Luna. No, man.
Chris.
It was
what did he say?
The pink moon.
What are we doing here?
Who's going to howl?
We're going to hear people howl. We're waiting for 8 o'clock. It's coming up, man.
Okay.
Just talk to
So this is a video of Greg from his spot in Cherry Creek waiting for the 8 o'clock howl to show the support for first responders and
who can guess where I'm at.
That's what people say. You think that's what it's for? Or if people just go berserk?
No, I think that's how it started.
Stephen Gould.
I'm sure there's a lot of people doing
there he is.
And they don't know why. But that's the origination of it, right?
Golden Moon.
I think something.
I know.
Wait until
need some.
All right, you ready for this?
Gonna happen,
I don't think you're ready for this.
Super pink moon.
Well, super pink moon, man. All right, I'll go ahead.
I mean, you don't have to fast forward. I just want to make sure it's
Hi,
actually,
Deborah.
Oh, it's happening.
actually going to happen.
Deborah Takahara, she tuned into
Getting
my
ready
live
for the
stream
move.
last
Is she?
night. Yeah, Fox 31. What's
Oh,
wrong
I'm
with
waiting
that?
for people to start howling.
She's awesome.
Oh, ooh.
Oh,
It gets
here
good,
comes.
man.
I feel like I have to join in.
That's pretty good.
I had to get in on it.
Well, you have to join in. Even I did it.
I mean, that's something else, isn't it? I mean, less me. People are on their balconies, hanging out. What is it? Shelter in place, self-quarantining.
Yeah.
Basically just got done watching Netflix from beginning to end. Listen to that.
Yeah, man. Well, you live in a more different kind of neighborhood,
Dense,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. But you definitely got some howlers, man. Love it.
You can't hear it over my heavy breathing.
Yes, you can. And listen, man.
Sherry's howling on the stream.
It's the little things. It's the little things like that
Oh, the humanity.
that means something to someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You're a first responder driving
Listen
by
to
or
that.
walking around that neighborhood. That means something to you.
Wow.
I know. So, of course, there are people out there that...
coronavirus. What does that do?
It sounds like there's some whiskey.
Nothing. No
Well,
whiskey.
you're starting to see something out of people, humanity that you might not have ever seen.
True that.
It's time. If you're not looking around, you're not paying attention.
Do you know that, Jay? Are you looking around?
If you're not looking around, you're not paying attention.
Yeah, you got to look around because a lot of times people are so focused. It's like when you go on a walk, do you stare at the sidewalk or do you look around at the trees? A lot of people stare at the sidewalk, Jay.
I'm a psycho. That's what I do. Well, first of all, I wouldn't even be out on a walk. But if I did, I'd be staring at the sidewalk going.
You don't do that, Jay.
I'm a weirdo to where, though.
Yes, you are.
I can't step on
We'll leave
anything
it
in
there.
the sidewalk that's a crack, or a line. I step in between everything.
3:30 standing by for Jeffrey Nations. And I'm scrolling my Facebook feed right now looking for cool people doing cool things. One thing that I really enjoyed from yesterday's show, Jay?
What's that?
Is clipping people's Facebook lives.
Yeah. I was talking to Rebecca Berry about that this morning.
And taking it over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can find somebody's live. So yesterday...
Elise Wiggins was live. I don't know if she still is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. She's been doing some cooking classes, right?
She has.
I
don't know what she's technically doing today, however.
Jeffrey Nations, and I don't know, is Codyann and Hollis, are they going to join us at 3:30 as well? Aspen Baking Company?
Codyann and Jeffrey should be a yes, and then Hollis is a possibility.
Is a possibility?
Yeah, she said she's running around.
I want to show people
they
this.
They both have the link, so we'll wait and see what happens here.
Where is my social media page? I want to encourage people, please. Well, here's how you can support. You go, okay, how can I support businesses and support local? Like their social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can easily go around to some of your favorite businesses and easily, just click like on their page.
Yeah.
And that means the world to
and even sharing, and I know that we're trying to get better about that, about telling people to share. But truly, if you're watching and consuming and you see something that you're actually enjoying,
share
that to your page,
don't just
because that helps us do what our goal is, which our goal is to further the information that we're putting out, so more and more people can see it, find out where there's assistance during these stupid times, and find out what restaurant owner is doing awesome things for his employees. I mean, it's high tides, right?
Hit my computer.
Hit it.
Yeah, look at themoderneater.com.
There it is.
It's such a great place to be. There's 5 years worth of content and shows on here.
And shoot into the coronavirus area and show the folks, if
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if you enjoy our
daily
streams, there's a page on the website to where you can go back to the past coronavirus. And I hate calling them coronavirus shows, but that's all of them.
Oh, wow. You're organized, Jay.
Yeah. I've been doing some work. So, Chef Nuremberg, Troy Guard right there, Brother Luck right there, from day one, and Juan Padro. And it'll be fun for you, too, if you're familiar with Greg and myself in the show, to follow the evolution of what they look like, how we start, because we threw it together. The first one, we're like, we got to do something. Greg's really good about streamlining what he wants to do. He says, I want to do this show, but we got to do it every day. And so it's like, okay. And so we set it up. And then if you watch one through, 25 of them now or something like that, it's fun to see the evolution.
And check out the search engine. The search engine on here, just like Aspen Baking, they're coming up in Jeffrey Nations. Boom, Aspen Baking. How many times have they been involved? Under the Sun was here. Mm-hmm. So was Aspen Baking. Mm-hmm. Any one of these things. There's Hollis and Codyann right there.
Who was that other girl in the middle? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I can't remember who she was right now.
The videos. Look at all these photos.
Yeah, come on, man. Not to mention, Greg, I'm putting all that in there, right? So
I know
it's like message me or something and say, hey, listen, I'd like that picture of a bagel. That would blow my mind because it would, I'd feel like, it was all worth me. It's all worth.
Look at Chris Johnson. That. Is this where the breakfast sandwich was born? The Aspen Baking Company breakfast sandwich?
Very possible.
Now available.
Very possible. So what's concerning is I sent them both these links and I haven't heard anything.
Well,
yet.
Jeffrey was on the stream, so I know.
Was he?
But he's probably like, I'm going to get in there when I'm scheduled. 2 more minutes.
All right.
But we'll do this in the meantime. Look at Chef Cheeto cooking.
Yeah.
4 o'clock, Larry Herz is going to join us. He's going to tell you how to get on your marketing game, social media. We're going to talk about buys. Where do you spend your marketing dollars, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever done a Facebook ad, Jay?
No.
An Instagram ad?
No.
Would you know where to begin?
I wouldn't.
All right, Larry Herz will tell you.
Well, now I know where to begin now.
Hey, do you know who this is?
Begin with the Modern Eater.
That's Chef DJ Street Boy.
DJ Street, yeah, Cheeto's chef buddy.
So,
tons and tons of content.
It goes for years. It goes for years.
Years.
Look at that.
Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. So all that, the big green egg there that Chris is cooking on. Proud Souls provided those grills for us to get down within the kitchen. So big up and big thanks to them.
While we're waiting for our next guest, let me tell you about our favorite guy, Zach Johnson, the Spice Guy. Still Colorado's favorite spice company. Hell, he might even be American. No, forget that. He's the world's favorite spice guy.
Mm-hmm. The Spice Guy. Global.
I like that. Yeah. Restaurant chefs, now they're home cooks, but they still need spices.
Yes, they do.
And no, restaurants, they're still going, and you do, but pay the Spice Guy. If you owe the Spice Guy money, pay him. He's a great guy. For everyone stuck at home, Google the Spice Guy and check out the Won't Stay Down box, the ultimate quarantine spice kit. It's right here. It's right here.
Somewhere.
Here's the ultimate quarantine spice kit.
I haven't even taken mine home yet.
You haven't?
No.
Maybe this is it.
It might be.
Right here. You can order this online. Obviously, things are slow right now.
Open it up. Show people what's in
really?
there.
Well, here it is.
Okay.
That's
I can't see those ones that
well.
You
can't?
That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, just open it up.
Fire this open. All right. In the box. Ever seen those YouTube videos where they unbox things?
Yeah. 4 spices. So what's in that one?
This one has the Barbican.
Barbican?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is Colorado chicken and veg. What do you think of that?
That looks delicious.
This just make me hungry. Garlic powder. Ooh, I need that one at home.
Yeah.
Can I take that out of your box?
Sure.
I'll give you 2 Barbicans. We can trade them like baseball cards. I'll give you 2 black peppers, the chef mesh for your garlic powder, and a Barbican. What do you think?
Well, I think, yes, I'll take all that. I'm gonna 5-finger discount any of the spice.
Chef Peter Rowan
running around here. What's up, Chef? Codyann says she's having trouble with that link.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll try to send it to Jeff's phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me do that.
That's no problem. The Spice Guy, finishing that up. Order online and he'll take good care of you. Zach, he's kind of a one-man band right now.
Yes, he is.
Went from many employees, just like most of the folks, to just himself and his wife. His lovely wife. They're packaging spices on a daily basis, doing deliveries himself as well. No job too big or too small for the spice guy. Order your spices today. It's a good job. Later on in the show, we're going to be doing a grilling demonstration with Adam McKenzie.
He does a lot of stuff on Instagram that is really.
Doesn't he have like 20 million followers?
Not 20 million. He has, I think, 100,000 or something like that. But that dude is honestly knows what he's doing. Hey, there's Jeff coming in. So
hey, guys,
I guess Codyann's phone sucks, and Jeff's phone is awesome.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Jeffrey Nations, Codyann, LaCouture, Aspen Baking Company. Welcome back to the show, guys. Where are you guys?
This is my home office.
Well, I just want to hang out in your home office. Look at that art behind you.
Yeah, I drew it myself.
I'm sure you did. And that's when I make a joke and you're like, no, I really did.
No, I didn't draw. I just know how to bake. That's it.
Okay, guys, last time we checked in with you, it was one of those things to where.
Oops.
Oh, hold on.
Oop, lost him.
Good. Hold on.
Go back to your.
We do. Oh, there it is.
Here. So
Perfect.
I have a problem with my phone too, I guess.
Cool. Jeffrey, for folks that don't know you, spend 30 seconds talking about yourself in Aspen Baking Company.
I went to college here in Denver, and when I was going to college at MSD, my junior year of college, I went to San Francisco and I had sourdough bread, and I was blown away because I thought, why don't we have sourdough bread here in Denver? And there was one other company that was here. And so I started interviewing bakeries from San Francisco all the way down to Carmel, and then found a guy that I fell in love with, and I asked him to teach me how to bake. And he taught me how to bake, and I came back here, and after I graduated from college, I started Aspen Baking Company on credit cards, and what I did was I purchased a small bakery that had one customer, so it just had an asset value. And so when I bought that bakery, I had a few employees that were there making desserts, but I taught them how to bake the bread that I wanted to. And then I went out and started selling it to places like the Sheraton Hotels, Black Angus when they were around. But that was 26 years ago. And so since then, we have grown to a fairly large business, close to 100 employees. We are all natural, fresh daily, made to order, and we're doing everything we possibly can to help other people stay in business while this virus is happening, and also to keep as many employees on our payroll as possible.
What's the status? How are you doing with that?
We're at about 50% of our employment. Obviously, my burn rate is more than our revenue coming in, and we also, understand that people have to get paid from other people in order to pay us. And so we've done some things at the bakery where we used to have minimums. A minimum order in order for us to deliver it. We've dropped those minimums down because we know that people aren't doing as much business as they were doing before, and we just want to help them out. We've also worked out payment plans. Some of our customers, don't have any money, and so we've worked out different options where they can pay COD for now, or on a credit card, and or defer some of the money that they owe us until after this thing goes away and they can get back on their feet. We're also doing allowing pickups at the bakery at any time for orders that are placed. We're also trying to enter the the fresh market for deliveries of our bread through a Amazon Fresh, but we've been trying to do that, and the hoops and trying to get through it is crazy. So we're working on that to help other people can get bread directly to their house instead of having to go to a restaurant or something like that to get it.
For sure, absolutely. Hey, Jay, give my computer. When Codyann took us on a tour through the factory, and we've got a minute that we can play behind us here, just kind of give you an idea of what they do on a day-to-day basis. Collaborations are big right now, Jeffrey. We're seeing a lot of boxes of local brands and companies that are getting together and throwing whatever they product-wise into that box for folks to be able to buy. Are you doing any collaboration type things right now?
We're working with a few different people trying to get that set up. I know that it's necessary because for us, our distributors aren't delivering product to us that we need, and so we're having to get it from other sources, and that's kind of why we wanted to let all of your viewers know that we're still in business. Mm-hmm. We're still delivering 5 to 6 days a week, and if somebody's not supplying that person what they need, please feel free to call us, and we will do whatever we can to help fix that during this time until they can get it set back up again.
Gotcha. Hi, Codyann.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh,
it's been a while.
I know. Loving the hat.
Thanks. It's the coronavirus attire right now.
That's a cool hat.
Thanks.
I'm a hat person. So you guys, as we're looking towards pivoting and other business, and I felt it was important, so did Jay, to get you on the show so that we could give your message across to folks, because we sing your praises on rooftops, high and low. So let's just kind of, what we want to do is, we have a live read that we do on our show pretty much daily, but we want to make sure we're getting the right information out there. So we thought we could brainstorm with you right now on some bullet points that are very, very important that we get down. So let's start. Do you mind we brainstorm together? What do you think, Codyann?
I think we should.
Okay.
Love it.
What's most important that people should know? Number one most important thing.
That we are still open and delivering, just like Jeff said, we're still doing box lunches. We're helping out with a lot of the homeless shelters and some of the community outreach. We had a couple people reach out to us just to buy sandwiches to donate to the hospital. So really, we're still running at full capacity and want to do anything that we can to help.
Let's go slow with the box lunches for a minute. What does that mean to folks that are out there and they're saying, you know what, we could use box lunches, and we're actually necessity businesses and essential businesses, and we'd like to be able to feed folks that are here. How can they get a hold of you directly? What are in the box lunches? Just give us a laydown on that.
Yeah, so you can go to our website and see a lot of those pictures. You can also send any kind of questions or orders to order@aspenbaking.com. And we can do anything. We can do any sandwich, salad, wrap, pasta salad, side salad. We're using Raquelitas tortillas for our wraps. We love those. Boulder chips, apple, cookie, condiments, cutlery. You can make it fully customizable, and everything is hyper local.
And our website is aspenbaking.com.
Absolutely. Got that right here. That's in that. Okay. So still open for business, box lunches as well. I think it's important to say that you're making it easier than ever to do business with you. So how do we talk about like loose terms, or how do we talk about that where we can make that succinct, Jeffrey?
Explain
flexible terms. We have flexible terms because you're doing some different things right now.
Yeah, we, most of the time, we go through credit apps and obviously set people up after we make sure that they have the ability to pay. We're flexible, and if somebody wants to use a credit card, we use a credit card. If somebody wants to pay cash, we can do cash. If somebody wants quick credit terms, we're flexible as far as being able to just make an arrangement that works for both of us.
Gotcha. Okay. Have you limited what you're baking right now, or do you still have your full array?
We still have our full array. Obviously, we would prefer to have larger amounts produced. We've cut back. We're down 70%, and so it makes it a little bit more difficult to do large runs. But we're still doing the small runs, and we're taking care of customers that need us, that need hamburger buns, that need deli breads, that need rolls, that need sourdough, whole wheat, everything, toast, everything.
Okay, so full array available. What else should we get in here to make sure that we're putting out that great information? You can buy direct now too. That's new, correct, guys?
Yes.
Buy
and we've
direct.
got great bagels. The bagels are really good.
Who said that? Somebody on here. Zach Johnson, the bagel mix.
I feel like we've had a lot of customers that have our bread at restaurants, and then they come knock on our door and ask if they can buy a loaf of bread. We have never been able to service them before, but you can start looking us up on Amazon Fresh. So that should all be ready to roll by Friday.
Look up on Amazon Fresh. Cool. All right, we're going to put something so good together, you guys. It's going to blow your socks off. It's going to be fantastic.
I'm excited about that.
Well, maybe I oversold that, Jeffrey. I'll let me reel that back in a little bit. Under promise, over deliver, right?
Yes.
Just like you guys do. What else? What else for the community? Have you been taking in any of these shows that we've been doing, guys, at all? Jeffrey, I see you peek in there every so often.
Yeah, I've been watching them quite often. I've had a lot going on, just trying to get this paycheck financing set up, and I if I could make one thank you, it's to the Bank of Denver. I've never had somebody so supportive from the Bank of Denver when I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Renew my line of credit because I needed it to make a deposit down at MD Anderson in Houston. And when they found out I was basically going to die, they still gave me the line of credit, and I was so thankful. And what they've done, fast forward to now, I got them what they needed for the paycheck financing, and they're trying to hotshot it so that we have funds within a week. So Bank of Denver is such a good partner.
Yeah, we're doing keep the fingers crossed on that one, because I'm sure you want to get folks back to work and making those wages rather than sitting on the sidelines.
Right.
That's fantastic. What else, guys? What else do you want to add?
Anything else?
Okay, we're going to want to take a look around the office. Are you on your phone or your computer?
You want to see the office?
Yeah, we want to see the office.
So there's the horse, and there's other stuff. Then there's the guns. Oh, and then
don't go past those guns. Those are cool, man.
Yeah, those are old family guns, and then cool. I also got the bull up there.
Wow.
And the pheasant. So
what are those 50-foot ceilings in there?
24 foot.
Holy cow, those are gorgeous. What's your favorite book on the bookshelf behind you?
I don't know. I don't have time to read.
It's for show, Greg, just like your bookshelf. I know. That's cool, you guys. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to report back to you. Give us 2 days, but we're going to build together a awesome live for you. And Jay, I don't know. Do you think you could do something impromptu right now with just what they've put together?
Oh God, you're going to.
Did you write it down?
Here's my notes. I took some.
Do you need my notes?
Nah, let me.
Let's see what he can pull off.
Let's see what he can do. All right, Jay, he's got this.
Hold on a second, because I need the help from my other. Hold on 2 seconds.
Okay, he's going to grab this. We'll see how he can. Do you, Codyann? Is there another device that's got the playing in the background the show right now? I'm wondering where that echo's coming from. Is that you?
I don't know about the echo, but I know that. Oh, here we go.
Okay,
we don't have anything.
Here we go.
I know the guys from Infinite Harvest are popping back in for some reason. He's muted, just so you know. That sound that you hear, Greg's not going to our broadcast. So I don't know why. Hey, Kurt, do me a favor and disconnect from the room here. We're doing a different interview.
We have our last guests that are peeking back in.
You guys
right
can't
now.
hear, but that's all right.
Okay.
Aspen Baking Company. It's time for Aspen Baking, you guys, and it's time for love because I love bread. AspenBaking.com is where you go to find all the delicious bread that's freshly baked daily, but you're not going to find preservatives, artificial coloring, or chemicals. You know what you will find? You will find curbside. God dang it, man. I messed that up because it's not curbside. You know what you will find? You will find ordering online now and buying direct. That's right. You can buy direct from beautiful and delicious Aspen Baking Company, aspenbaking.com. You've never been able to buy direct before. Now you can. And keep your eyes peeled. Keep them peeled for Amazon Fresh. Amazon Fresh is right around the corner. Just another way where you can find the delicious bread from Aspen Baking. It's aspenbaking.com. Do what I do. # how's your Aspen.
I think that was good. I like that.
I mean, it'll get better.
But I think that you were nervous. Were you a little nervous?
Well, of course I was a little nervous. You know.
Here's mine. All right. Our favorite company, Aspen Baking Company, delicious fresh bread. They want you to know, still open for business. Their box lunches are fantastic. Flexible terms. You want to get a hold of them directly for quick credit, and full array of products are still available. You can buy direct, and you can also look forward to this one. Here it is, guys. Look it up on Amazon Fresh, AspenBaking.com.
Nicely done.
I like that.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty talented.
Well, we'll refine that, and then we'll get back to you on that. But seriously, if you want some of the best local products around, Aspen Baking Company. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And thanks for the tour. Say hi to Hollis for us.
We will.
Codyann, we'll see you soon. Jeffrey, I still haven't met. I will. Thank you very much.
I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I needed a laugh. I'm going to start saying that. You're going to love it when you meet me.
Yeah, you're going to love it.
You guys take care.
Sure. Richie Snyder says hi. He knows. He's going to love it too.
All right. See you guys.
Oh my goodness. That was good.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So
Jeffrey Nations and
yeah.
Codyann,
you know,
LaCouture.
I have to admit that I haven't had their bagels, and I feel embarrassed to say that. As much as I love bread, I haven't had the bagels, so that actually I'm really excited to get some bagels from over there.
You know, it's interesting, and as we see folks pivoting, it kind of breaks your heart a little bit because they had food service. They were doing fresh deliveries every single day, when the chain wasn't broken. And there it is. Restaurants go down, and so do a lot of the products. Still zero audio.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming through, but it might be. Now it's coming through. It might be that double thing. So.
Audio?
Yeah.
Audio, back at it. The Modern Eater Show continues. It wouldn't be a live internet broadcast if, why does it say, did you put that up? Broadcast will begin shortly?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Well, because otherwise they're just staring at nothing with no
show
audio.
them a video, something fun.
Well, that's true.
And cool. Actually, I want to do that right now. I need this a little bit. I want to go in here, and if you will just oblige me one moment, that on the 8 songs. Okay, cool. Ready for this? We need a little bit of this right now.
I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona. I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona.
Got to make a grocery run. Well, that sounds fun. Why am I out here risking my life? Corona, where's a goddamn parking space? Shit, I touched my face. Wait, I think I finally caught my corona. Stop it, don't be panic. Go inside. No organic? Oh no, all GMO. Jesus Christ, now I panic. I'll die. My corona.
I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona.
Don't come any closer, huh? I'll mess you up. I'm just coming in for some wipes. Corona. Kroger's full of empty shelves. Ah, what the hell? Yes, I'm stocking up on boxed white Corona. Nothing's making sense. No more friends. No more basketball kids. All home from school. It's raining too. And I'm losing my mind. My Corona. My Corona.
I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona. I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona.
When you gonna get to me? Get to me. Is it just a matter of time? Corona. Will I kill my family in quarantine? Yep. Or is it just a game in my mind? Corona. Then there's Donald Trump. What the fuck? Why you shaking hands and keep telling us nothing's up? That we're gonna be fine. What? My Corona.
I need toilet paper,
My Corona.
I'm out of toilet paper.
So sick of my Corona. Hey. My Corona.
I'm out of toilet paper.
My Corona.
Your Corona, Jay.
God, man.
I know it's not
when he
always
says, are
your
you going
fault.
to kill your family? It's like, I'm going to kill my computer.
Why? It's not your fault.
Well.
Hey, Jay, San Pasquale says it's not your fault. The chickens agrees.
It's just.
Please.
Hey, man, it was going.
Don't hurt yourself.
It was going good before that.
Chicken says you're doing a great
It
job.
was going good before that.
Chef Chito, Horn, great interviews today. What more could you want? Standing by for Larry Herz, 4 p.m. Marketing. Where are you spending your marketing dollars right now? Do you have any? I'm going to write down a couple of questions for Larry. Marketing money. How much money, Jay, should a business spend on marketing?
How much
A
should
percentage.
they spend on marketing?
Yeah, percentage.
A percentage
of your
what?
revenue, man.
Of
Come
your
on.
revenue? 10%.
Really?
Is that high?
That's good.
I mean, I'm guessing.
Marketing. Okay. How much of your revenue? Okay. All right. Cool. 10%. That's a lot. That's a lot. How much marketing can you do on your own as a business?
How much can you do?
Yeah.
10%.
All of it.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, you're just trying to do technical stuff.
I'm trying
Should
to
I
do-
just have a conversation? San Pasquale.
No.
How much of your business money should you spend on marketing? 10%? Yeah. San Pasquale thinks so.
Why don't you show, a video from...
Larry Herz. He's joining us here. This Juke and Q, he's coming up. And Adam McKenzie, if you haven't watched, did we figure out how many? Let's see. I'm looking him up on Instagram. This Jew and I didn't make that up. That's it. This Adam McKenzie right here. Ready for this? He's got 200,000 followers on Instagram. Why? Because he makes delicious barbecue and he shows people demonstrations.
He's doing a lot of good things. How many followers did he have?
200,000.
200,000
on Instagram.
You know, and I asked these people, and I asked the Southern Beer Girl who's got 100,000 plus or something like that, and I asked them, how do you get 100?
Engagement.
Help me. I mean, well, there's engagement, and Larry Herz would be a great guy to talk to, but it's more than engagement. There's a lot of ins and outs that go to your Instagram account, your Facebook account that you don't really
we can
realize.
ask him now. Larry Herz.
Well,
Up the
what? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I
want to.
I can't see him.
You can't see him? I can see him.
I don't see him.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see. How come you don't see him, Jay? I see him.
I don't know, man. I don't see him because this is my life. Hey,
you know what he's going to ask you to do, Larry? He's going to ask you to exit the room and come back
Matter
in.
of fact, you know what? I don't even see. I don't see.
What don't you see, Jay?
I don't see. Here we go. I'm doing something on my end here. Larry, there he is. I did something that worked. Okay, there we are. Go ahead. Continue.
We're good? Really? You guys can see me?
We can see you. You're looking great. You got a clean shirt on. You took a shower today. Things are
what's
looking up.
funny is I haven't shaved, obviously, in a little bit.
Yeah, you don't usually wear a beard, Larry?
No, because my wife says I look like Santa Claus when I grow this beard.
I think it's a good look.
I actually don't mind it.
Yeah, now you can just run that buzzer over your beard and your head.
Why do you have that in the studio?
I'm gonna shave for charity. I'm gonna shave all my hair off. I got to find the right point because it's already bushy. I feel so out of whack, so I might as well do something good for people and shave my head bald for charity on the air sometime here.
Well, my wife and kid have decided they're going to dye my hair and my beard.
Dye it?
Yes, they bought. Yeah, it's just for men, and I'm going to let them do whatever the heck they want to me. And it might be a mohawk in my near future, so it might be a little different what you guys are seeing tomorrow.
I like that silver fox thing you got going on, man.
I think it's just because they're bored, something to do to dye my hair.
Larry Herz joins us right now. Oceana Eats. He's going to join us each and every day at 4 p.m. Help you out with your marketing as a lot of businesses tune in to hear pivot points and creativity and tips and tricks. And Larry's going to do that. And you also do the setup on this. We're going to play. There's a minute 51 trailer of this cool program that you do here. You sent me over a video. Do the setup on the video. We'll play that. Then we'll come back and we'll have a little chit chat.
So a year ago in February, I thought, because we have a video team at my office here, and they do really a lot of cool videos for car dealerships. And I was like, well, maybe I could use them. I thought it would be interesting to have a show called Restaurant Tours to get to know the people behind the scenes. Nobody really knows, they know the name Frank Bonanno, Troy Guard, but to hear their stories. And so I thought maybe they'd want to sit down and have a talk with me and do a show. So last year we filmed 35 episodes of the show. Yeah. And, we sucked at first, as I'm sure you did, with your podcast. And then we really got pretty good. It's a high quality show. So when this is over, we want to take it up again, start doing it again. And so we built this promo video, and that's what this is, describing what we do. And with some neat editing, they really made me look good.
Man, it looks fantastic. I'm just going to roll this, and then we'll come back.
Thanks.
Here we go. All right, Jay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Restaurant Tours on Ocean Eats. We're in beautiful Cherry Creek, famous for shops and restaurants, and now they have the coolest lounge, Cherish. We're going to go visit my friends Bart and Viv. Let's eat.
Hi, I'm Larry Herz, former restaurateur and host of Restaurant Tours. In each episode, we take an in-depth look at one of Denver's finest restaurants, exploring its history, ambiance, and of course, its tastiest drinks and dishes.
Holy shit.
That was amazing. Thank you, sir. Oh, it's delicious. I'm going to have a bite as well.
It's a 10. It's freaking good, too. The series is provided by Our Community Now, one of Denver's largest social media communities. Our goal is simple, to grow your following and drive customers to your restaurant.
I don't know if you know what's going out in the market, but there's a tremendous amount of buzz about you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show was people like you, who people don't know in this town. They know your restaurants. I wanted people to hear about your journey and your passion and why you're so good and how you're able to continue to do this for so many years. And by the way, chicken and waffles is amazing. With our full video package, not only do you get a featured episode on the series, but you also receive both a 30 and a 60-second promotional video of your restaurant. While we were filming, we also post to our Instagram stories at OCN Eats, OCN Drinks, and Denver Now. Finally, when your video is ready, it is embedded into an article and published to our website, ourcommunitynow.com. That gets over 1 million page views per month on average. Additionally, we will post that article on our relevant Facebook Now pages and email the video to our entire database of 571,000 subscribers.
You should try the food here. It's pretty good.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat.
Wow, dude.
That's pretty slick.
That is sweet. So you're going to get fat and famous, man.
I got the best job in the city, don't I?
It's so good. That is just so good. And you're catching it all. You're doing the food, you're doing the conversations, you're telling the story. I mean, it almost looks like what we try to do with a budget.
There's no budget. We don't have any budget.
No. Okay. Wow. Jay, step up your game, would you?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's good stuff, man. And there's a lot of value in there for folks that want to take you up on that offer. The promo there is pretty cool. What's a way to contact you to be able to get those offerings that you're putting there?
Yeah. So if you want to be on the show, any restaurant, or, literally, I've done all different types, dive bars like the Piper Inn and 20 Mile Tap House to, the nicest places, Safta, which, I don't know if you know, I have a man crush on Alon Shai. I'm not embarrassed to admit.
Mm-hmm.
Usually in the show, like there's a lot of give back and forth, but I just like let him go and let him just talk and just stared into his eyes and just that man is so passionate and knowledgeable and humble for James Beard Award winner. DM me through OCN Eats Instagram, email me at lherz@pinbn.com, pinbn.com. We'll put it together when this is over and we'll do a great episode. And it's, video, it's amazing. You go to so many restaurant websites, you don't see video. Mm-mm. Like people want video.
Yeah.
That gives you, just like you saw that this was like you could see a lot of Cherish Lounge in that promotional piece. It makes you want to go eat and drink there.
Yeah, it does. Truly does. And, we talk about as the days and weeks go on and you get to know Larry and the conversations that we have, we'll talk more about creating content and original content that's yours. Yeah. That's very important rather than as much as we promote sharing, you got to share out there, but make the majority of the stuff that you post your own, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was doing a little auditing of the Modern Eaters Instagram today.
Uh-oh. Let's take notes. We'll take it, man. Hit us. Hit us. It's been a while since we've posted on it, too.
Well, that's first of all. That's the first thing I was going to say. It's been 6 days since you posted.
Been busy, Larry, but you hear that a lot. All right, Jay.
I know. Now I'm the one telling myself right now where when he said 6 days and you said we've been busy, the first thing that popped into my head is that we're not that. I specifically am not that busy to put one post.
And you know what I told Jay? Because here's the deal, Larry. We'd love to defend ourselves, but we have no explanation. You're right. But here's what we were talking about. So Jay's like, well, what do we post? Usually we have, tons of content from people being in the kitchen and cooking and coming to our Saturday show. And we're able to get a lot of photographs that way. A lot of our stuff's done just like this. I said, it'll be cool. This is kind of how people are used to seeing each other now. Let's take a screenshot of folks that are on the show right now and show them in the environment in which we're living right now doing video conferencing. That's kind of interesting.
Screenshot would work. Yes, for sure. And back in the old days, just take a picture when each guest comes to your studio with you and the guest and the plate of food and post that.
But nobody's coming in the studio right
now. No.
Oh, but we did okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep auditing our Instagram.
Yeah, but for now, you have all these guests on all these restaurants. Why wouldn't you take their images from their restaurant and share it on your feed?
All right, so that's a great point because content can come from anywhere. And just like it is right now, it's as simple as this. I'm going to take a shot, Jay in the background, Larry on the screen, showing the studio setup.
Okay.
And that's
Take
going on the
2 seconds.
Instagram right now, right?
Okay, and there's a little button there that you can put it on Facebook at the same exact time.
Now, does that translate well, though? Do folks on Facebook, can they sniff out that you're being lazy and you're just taking your Instagram post and shooting it over to Facebook?
Well, look, you were so lazy you weren't doing any. So, I mean.
Oh, the reality thing. I mean, it's just a sharp reality right now.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
That's right.
And the thing is, you're like me in that, you're here to help, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have a platform, you have followers. When these restaurants come visit you, post that they've visited you and show a picture of their food or a picture of them on this works too, the screenshot, and tag them. And you need to work on your Instagram game for sure.
Okay, and let's talk. The business is. It's like Jay. I'm nervous right now. I'm like scratching my chest. I'm breaking out in hives and a rash, and I'm starting to sweat a little. I don't break down like that, but auditing our Instagram, which we love, and that's kind of our baby. But the neglect in that. Keep going. Keep hitting us.
What I heard you talking a little bit earlier about ways to support restaurants, and if you're scrolling through a restaurant and you see the images and you don't like it, you're actually hurting the restaurant because that's their engagement rate. The more they get engagement, the more Instagram shows their posts to more people. So you're negatively affecting them by not just taking the is it a quarter of a second to hit a heart, just to heart it?
Yeah, but what if you don't like it?
It doesn't matter.
Support them. Wait, so Jay, you're saying I save my likes for stuff that I actually like. So you're saying support the business no matter what it is.
What do you think it costs you to like something you don't really like?
Yeah, what does that cost?
Do you think it negatively affects you, Jay?
Well, no, I guess that's not where I was going with that. I was just thinking as a
can serve your likes.
Well, just a consumer.
You want it to be heartfelt. That's a heartfelt like.
Well, I mean, I guess, or if it's a business, I get where he's coming from.
So,
but
Larry, are you suggesting?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that we go if we took the time to actually follow somebody and they're in our feed, we should like each and everything down the feed. Is that what you're suggesting, sir?
If you go to your Instagram right now, Modern Eater.
Okay.
Now take a look at the at the comments, at the likes that you've gotten today.
Okay.
You know how to do that? The little heart on the bottom.
Come on, Larry. Yes.
What do you see there?
I see you loving on us.
Okay. Do you think I even looked at any of the posts?
No.
Do you think I really like them? No. I'm here to support you.
And what that also does too is it makes it you put a light on yourself to where if you're trying to engage with that business and you're showing them love, you're wanting them to reciprocate. So
I'll be pissed if you don't.
Yeah, just to show you what Larry's talking about is he went through and he liked a lot of our posts. He went down.
From how many accounts?
I saw 3 or 4.
Yeah, from multiple
3
accounts.
or 4?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't go.
Those are all me. All those accounts are me.
Well, why did you stop, man? We have a lot of stuff on there. So, okay, point well taken. You're taking us to school right now.
Okay, so if we're trying to help restaurants, that costs nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So follow restaurants, like them. Even if you just give them a comment of a heart, anything counts as a comment, helps them more. Sharing it helps them the most. Saving it, that little bookmark helps. And you could have 1 million bookmarks you could save. So if you like a restaurant, you want to see them stay in business, and you don't have money to go out to eat, and you don't have money to buy gift cards, you could support them literally by pushing buttons, and it will help them get them, because and I told you this before, but for people who don't know, in theory, Facebook will show your post to 4% of your followers. Instagram will show to 10% of your followers. If nothing else happens, they're drug dealers, and they want you to stay on their platforms as long as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
The more long you stay on, the more ads you see, the more money they make. They're a business. You're the product. So when they see that a post is hot, that means it's getting likes, comments, saves, and shares. Then they're like, ooh, let's keep showing this to more people. So if you ever look at your posts, if you ever look at the insights, and you wonder why this one reached whatever 100 and this one reached 1,000, in general, the one that reached 1,000 is because it got more comments, likes, and saves. That's it.
Okay, so commenting, should you take it a step further and comment on every post that you like?
Yes. If you look at me,
you gave us a lot of fire, and
I don't have time to do it, but I certainly will. From all right. Here's a little trick.
Okay.
That you're not doing.
Okay.
That I noticed.
All right. I'm following you back, by the way.
So you notice all those restaurants; those are all me.
Uh-huh.
That followed you today and liked everything. So when I post on OCN Eats, some people might call this inauthentic, and it is. I go to my 13 other accounts, man, I comment and like and save it. And I've done, I don't want to do it. I don't have time for that. But you should, at least if you're not going to support your own account, who is? So you should go to your personal Instagram account, your wife, your kids, your business partners. They should all be doing the same for you and supporting you by commenting.
Great point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great point. Jay, you've got your personal Facebook or Instagram account, but you don't want to draw attention to that filthy thing.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
yes.
really? What is?
Oh, man, we should give it out. It's pretty funny,
I
though.
mean, it's
look him up. Look up Jay Parker.
Yeah.
Jay Parker? Just Jay Parker? No.
It's in Jay We Trust Denver.
Oh, you gave that away?
I'll just say it.
All right, that's the first
but here's the
time.
thing. Yeah. But I do try to keep those accounts separate because that, there's nothing too bad on there.
As you get to know Jay,
most of it's just language that's pretty bad. The subject matter can be a little questionable, but I try not to really cross those lines because, and truthfully, because of this job, right? So somebody's sense of humor, can be completely bizarre, but you scale it down a little bit because of what I do for the Modern Eater. And so I don't. Yeah, there it is right there. That's a little post. And so that's a post about a hand washing video where I politely explain to folks that if you have to watch a video to show you how to wash your hands, maybe there's a few other things in life you should be focused on above that, because I don't think it's a difficult task and I don't need a video to help me. That's what that's about.
But if you comment on your own post, which is basically what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not people aren't going to go then and follow Jay Parker. I don't understand what you're worried about.
I mean, for the record, I think I got 20 likes on that, so no big deal.
Oh, yeah, that 20 likes is good. We're going to talk about marketing today, marketing buys. You schooled us. You really did, and you took us to task. And a lot of times, and that's not what your intentions are, but your intentions are having real talk about your social media marketing and how you're positioning yourself and presenting your brand. And let's face it, you're not on Facebook and Instagram just to sit there and be a dud. You're not participating in that to spin your wheels and not do a great job. So, and I say this to people all the time. I don't know why I don't take my own advice. It's just as easy to do things the right way than it is to do it the wrong way.
Couldn't agree with you more. I take over a lot of my clients' Instagram accounts, and I'm like, what are you doing? This is a business. This is not for your entertainment pleasure. So I have to unfollow all these businesses that they're following that aren't, first of all, not following back. They're not in Colorado. So what's the point of giving them likes? Because it will never help you. You want to do that on your personal page, great. But there's no reason to follow somebody if they don't follow you back, unfortunately.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, we're going to carry this, and this is why we're having him on every day. Larry Herz with us, OCN, and okay, so we're setting this up for tomorrow. Marketing. Yep. How much of your budget for a business should be spent on marketing? How much? No, we're going to set this up for tomorrow so that we know what percentage of your revenue should you spend on marketing.
4%.
4.
Yep.
Jay said 10.
Well, Jay doesn't know anything further. Well, let's just start there.
Well, let me tell you the restaurant business, the numbers. It's really simple. You need your core costs to be 70% or less. So core costs are 3 things. Your occupancy costs, which is your rent and CAM, your cost of goods, food, liquor, and your labor cost. If you're spending more than 70 cents of every dollar on those 3 core costs, you're probably going to lose money. They say keep your rent at 10%. So it just depends. If you get a lower rent, you can have a higher food cost. If you have a higher food cost, you need lower labor. Those 3 together need to add to 70% or less. And marketing, 4% is the industry average. So if you're a restaurant and you're doing $2 million, that means you should be spending $8,000 a month. It's not that complicated.
Gosh, there's so many I want to actually just spend a whole 3-hour show on this, and maybe we will. Maybe we'll do a webinar on social media marketing and just stream it sometime. But there's so many topics that I want to go over with you. Another one is engagement of, like, if somebody comments on one of your posts, are you obligated to comment back to them?
Yes, 100. At minimum, you have to heart it, but you should comment back because that counts as another comment. The more comments, the more they share it.
And they might come back to you with another comment after that if you engage
and
with
starting
them.
a conversation. And they like to feel, and the thing I always tell restaurant owners is, I know you're busy. You don't have to do it, and you don't even have to hire me to do it. Just have your daughter do it. Have a waiter do it. Give them a free meal a week to monitor. And it has to be timely too. And then they'll want to, if you engage with your followers, they'll want to keep commenting. And then that's how it works. They won't.
Yeah, you build a family of folks that want to support you and your business and engage with you on that level. Yeah. Dang it, Larry. All right. You're going to step all of our game up. I love that. And that's what we need right now. Larry Herz. We'll see him back here tomorrow at 4 p.m., Larry.
Thanks, buddy. See you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, Jay.
Well,
Instagram.
Yeah,
Facebook, Twitter. There's a lot of them.
It's almost like
YouTube. Our YouTube. It's 82 people.
Well, I mean, I haven't
follow our YouTube channel.
I haven't.
We spend so much time on Facebook. Got to diversify. Adam McKenzie coming up. I start to feel like I'm just just getting going right now. Can we do 3 more hours?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm, if I'm more tired than somebody else.
Are you tired?
Well, I just don't even want to talk about me. Like every time you can ask me a question, just don't ask me a question about who I am because I can't figure that out.
No doctor today though, right?
No, she said, that she has a call.
Is she mad at us?
I hope
I mean,
not.
How many dates have canceled with you with just some BS excuse? Like, I gotta call my mom tonight, or
I don't think that that's the case. I mean, I think that she's busy, or I think that she would, she would say if that's what it was.
So if Adam McKenzie is watching us, why isn't he on here with us right now?
He should be connecting any second.
All right, Adam, standing by for Adam McKenzie. Ruby's online watching.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ruby.
Hey, Ruby. What's happening, Ruby? Good to see you. Adam McKenzie, he's joining us right now. Oh, cool.
Yeah, there he is.
I think we're outside of the McKenzie estate.
Yep. It's not really an estate, but I like how it sounds like an estate because it sounds like I'm all...
Hey, man, you got the setup, so we can tell you're. We were just talking to Larry Herz about social media game and Instagram and Facebook and how to do that. You're all over your Instagram game, man.
Yeah, I've been at it a little over 3 years. Never thought it would take off like this, but it's definitely become a full-time job and just having a lot of fun with it and getting to do cool things like hang out with you guys. So I enjoy it.
Now, Adam, I hate to be this guy, but could I talk you into the phone sideways thing to open the full camera?
He's used to Instagram.
Well, I know.
Yeah. All right. Going like the YouTube way. All right.
Yeah, just there we go.
Boom.
I mean, now, on our end, it's a game changer, so I appreciate that.
Not for nothing.
Not for nothing. Unless it messes up what you're going to do with the steaks, in which case, you can
Nope,
put
it will not mess it up.
Okay.
So kind of what we're going to do is have you just do a little webinar and tell us what you're up to. But I want to just circle back around to that Instagram thing. The number one advice of building your Instagram from this Jew that can cue Adam McKenzie.
Just be authentic and be engaged with your audience, liking people's posts. I try and respond back to every single comment that someone leaves. So just kind of having that interaction, it lets people know that you care. If they're going to take the time to leave a comment, I'm going to take the time to respond back to them.
How long did it take you to get 200,000 followers?
That number is absolutely crazy to me. I mean, it's about a little over 3 years.
You making any money off of it?
I'm doing okay. Not quitting my day job yet, but I'm definitely have some perks of it.
Is that like a goal? Seriously? To have this?
It could be a full-time. I have friends who do full-time Instagram. I like my job teaching, so I don't really necessarily want to quit that right away, but I could potentially go full-time soon.
Talk about yourself for just a second, as you talked about teaching, but then get into this Jew can cue and where you got the name, and then we'll take it from there.
All right. My wife just got tired of me showing her pictures I was taking of stuff I was grilling, and she's like, "Why don't you go make an Instagram account? You can call it This Jew Can Cue." I had a food blog, This Jew Knows Food, and so I went with This Jew Can Cue for the barbecue, and it just kind of skyrocketed. I did had a few posts that were doing okay, and then I did a steak slicing video, and I was expecting it to maybe get 500 views. I thought that'd be really cool, and it ended up getting 20,000 views, and I was like, oh, I might be on to something. And then more people started liking the stuff. More people were asking for recipes and how do I cook this? So just kept going with it.
Wow. So how does it go, being a nice Catholic boy like you, how does this go over the Jew can cue? No, you're obviously a Jewish dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No
I mean, it goes over pretty well. I mean, a lot of people, find the humor in it and stuff, especially this point in the world and this time, we need some humor. Today is Passover, and funny enough, I realized later today I'm going to be posting a ham video. So, why not?
Why not?
So
it's the Wild West right now, Adam. You can do whatever you want.
It is. So, I think the name definitely helps. It catches people's eyes and stuff. And I think most people are pretty responsive. I haven't had too many people hating on the name or too many white supremacists out there, which is good. So
fantastic. Well, they see the food and they just stop and it's delicious and their mouth starts watering and they just forget about everything else in the world. What are you going to do for us today?
All right. I'm going to flip my camera around. So what I am doing is I am sous videing a skirt steak.
Of course you are.
And the sous vide method, I really like it just because you get a nice, perfect cook throughout the cut. If you're having a party or you're just kind of busy, you don't need to worry about overcooking it. You just throw it in the water bath and it's just going to be nice and perfect. And all you need to do to finish it off is just
just got that little bit of that water in your
sear on a cast iron pan or on the grill, and you're ready to eat.
Adam, you just got a little bit of drippings in your scotch.
Something to do with when they put that camera around that messes with their audio.
Hey, Adam, can you hear us? Don't tell us we lost his audio.
No, I mean listen. We can tell. We can see. At least we can see what he's doing. I can.
Did I lose you on the voice?
Yeah. Hey, I was telling you, Adam, that you got a little drip of that water into your scotch. Damn it!
Did I lose you on the voice there?
Yeah. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us, Adam? No. Are you there? You there? Hello?
You know what, man? It's something to do with turning that camera around and then it kills audio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? We do a lot of this, don't we, Jay?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I want to freak out, because I know that's not us. And it's technically not necessarily him, right? I mean, he's just trying to turn his camera around. So that really shouldn't mess the audio up.
Volume isn't working.
Hello. I don't know either.
I don't know either, man.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Go back. Unplug and go back in the chat room.
Let me try something on my end.
Still can't hear me?
We can hear you, but you can't hear us. Can you hear us?
That's weird. I have it the mic on.
You can't hear us? Can you hear us? We can hear you.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Adam, click and exit out of there and come back in. Exit, and come back. Exit and come back. Look at me. I'm just tap dancing. I'm never going to ask another question. He got my. Did you see that, Jay? I went exit and then come back.
Is that what you
All
did?
right.
Can you hear?
There. Yep.
Can you hear us? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I was saying that you dropped a little bit of that water into your scotch.
Yeah, I mean, whiskey's good with a little dash of water, so it's all good.
It's all good.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers to you, man. I kind of wish I was hanging out back there, getting ready to eat. All right, what are you putting together for us, Adam?
Okay, let me flip this around.
I'm afraid. I'm terrified.
No, I'm trying to.
Please tell us.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, perfect. It was when I unplugged my microphone. Okay, so I got the steak sous videing. It's a skirt steak. It's great for carne asada, just eating off the cutting board. It's just delicious and wonderful. I seasoned it with a little bit of, this is new since I saw you guys last. I now have my own line of rubs.
Of course you do.
So I have a spicy Bloody Mary. I did some oranges, some lemons, some lime, a little bit of hot sauce. Let that marinate for about an hour or so. And then I vac sealed it and threw it in the sous vide. And now I'm going to take it out and we're going to throw it on the grill and then slice it up.
Love it. Love it. Perfect.
Yeah. So what's really nice about the sous vide is you're not going to overcook the meat. You don't really have to let the meat rest because you're cooking it at a nice even temperature throughout the whole process. So yeah, it's just delicious. I wish I was with you guys and you could sample some of this. Yeah,
Adam, what do you do since you do this quite often? Do you do this daily on your Instagram?
I try and do. I mean, I cook pretty much every day, and I try and do a live. Probably at least, I try every day. It probably doesn't happen, but I do my best just so I can interact with people and stuff because that's what it's all about. Is the people made my page, not me. So I really want to interact with them and see what questions they have and all of that good stuff.
Good point. Good point. What do you do with all this food, man?
Well, usually I can have family and friends over. I can have, kind of big parties and stuff. But right now it's definitely a challenge. The other day we cooked a ham, and so we kind of vac sealed some up, took some to the neighbors, going to take some to my parents later on. But yeah, it's definitely try and share the food as much as we can. Lots of good leftovers, of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And where do you get your meats from, Adam?
Lately I've been getting a lot of my beef from Snake River Farms. They're out of Idaho.
Yes, sir.
Just really fantastic company, just great to work with. And so, just been enjoying it. It's just delicious.
And Traeger is your deal, brought to you by Traeger.
Yep. So I got my cast iron nice and hot. The grill's heated up to about 450. And I'm just going to sear each side of this steak for about a minute a side. I just want to get a nice crust on it. It's already cooked all the way through because of the sous vide. It's just getting that nice, delicious crust.
This is my soft spot right here. I love grilling and I love meat on the grill.
What kind of grill is that in the way of, it's not open flame, obviously it's a flat top, but is it a electric or is there coal in there or wood in there? I
think it's pellets.
It's a pellet grill.
Pellets, okay.
Yeah, so it's just the smaller Traeger. I like this one just because it has this cast iron insert, so you can get it nice and hot, great for searing. Can do pancakes on it, can just do all sorts of things. You can put the regular grill grate in it, use it as a regular grill. When we went on our RV adventure, we took it with us, and it was just great to cook some quick meals at the campsite.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wish we had smell-o-vision because it smells great. Like
Is it weird that I can smell it?
No, not at all.
I can smell too.
Trying to blow some of it your way.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little teriyaki off that though.
Yeah, so we're just looking to get a nice sear on it.
How do you know when to flip it, Adam?
This I'm just looking to go about a minute. When it starts loosening up a little bit, I will flip it.
Oh, you got to eat that piece right now. You got to eat that piece. I would have eaten that right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have put that one in.
Something wiggles loose.
Yeah.
That's getting consumed.
Oh,
right
see,
away.
he controls himself right there. And I'll bet Adam's the type of guy he'd give that to his wife right away.
And you can see what I love about like Wagyu beef is you get like so much delicious fat. I don't have to oil the pan at all. It's just cooking in just delicious beef juices and getting that extra goodness. Yeah, we're gonna flip it.
Woo, doggies. Now, what are you gonna eat that with? What are your accoutrements?
We're gonna make some tacos, and I'm gonna show you that too.
Oh man! Oh, he's putting that in. Are you putting that in your head?
Are you putting that in your head?
Oh, please do. He's gonna come back chewing.
Yeah,
you are. Oh, you meanie.
You naughty Jew, you.
You naughty Jew.
Love it.
Gosh, that's good. Unbelievable.
It's really hot but delicious.
I'll bet it's hot.
I like skirt
So
steak.
yeah, just a really simple recipe.
So folks that aren't as fancy as you and don't sous vide at home,
Can you get me plate to put it on?
wouldn't you just go? No, I'm not getting you a plate.
Hey, you should give her that phone and let
You
her.
didn't give me that little piece, Adam, off the grill.
Yeah.
No, get your own plate. You're gonna do some tacos. So for folks that don't have the ability to sous vide at home, how could you do that? Ghetto style sous vide.
Well, skirt steak is great because you can also just cook it hot and fast. It's one of those cuts that works really great cooking it hot and fast. You just probably want to cook it about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. When it reaches your desired temperature, pull it off, let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then it's going to be nice and delicious.
Hey, Adam, what part of the cow comes from skirt meat? Where does it come from on the
skirt,
cow?
man?
I should know, but I'm totally drawing a blank right now.
No, that's all right, man. I mean, I don't know. So, yeah, you should know. I'll tell you. It's like Larry schooling us on our Instagram. We should know a lot of it.
Adam, do people, as you're doing your live, do they ask questions like we're asking? And you answer?
Yeah, they do, and it's great. It's great to because that's what barbecue is all about. It's about being interactive. It's about being able to be with other people and just kind of have other people experience it. Because when I started, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I ruined so much expensive meat. I was like, I know how to cook ribs, and I didn't know how to cook ribs. And, it's like, I know how to cook a brisket, and I didn't know how to cook a brisket. So,
what a beautiful day. Where's your lovely wife?
She is off to the side.
There she is. We saw her. We got you. We saw you in there.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna slice the tacos. Kind of talk about that because with skirt steak, there's actually a tip when you want to cut it. A lot of people, you want to make sure you're cutting it against the grain, but you think you're cutting it against the grain, but there's a trick when you cut it. So I'm gonna show you that.
All right, cool. Let's see if Jay can guess where the grain is, though.
And it's kind of funny story about while I get my camera set up. I built this little bar top area, and my friend was like, "Oh, you should make it 36 inches." And I was like, "Okay, let's make it 36 inches." And the problem is I'm 5'6", so it's like it's too small when I cut and stuff. I'm like, I need a stool to get up on there.
Do you really use a stool? Do you use a stool?
Sometimes, yeah, because it's kind of awkward. It's bar height, and I'm not that tall, so
you're not bar height.
It's great for drinking and stuff, but not for cutting meat and stuff. So
I get it, man.
That's awesome.
All right, flip it back around.
Where's that knife from? Is that from Element Knife Company?
I don't know if he knows Elon.
You guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
Can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful knife.
Thanks. Yeah, it's what's nice about Instagram. You run into a lot of these cool companies, especially in times like this, these smaller companies that are just doing really good stuff, and being able to support them is definitely a perk of Instagram. Ooh, my wife brought me the stool.
Oh, no.
I'm magically going to get taller. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Hey, Adam, have you met Elon Wenzel from Element Knife Company? Have you guys been in the same room over here?
I don't know if I've met him or not.
Well, we'll turn you on to each
he
other. He loves to collaborate.
He outfits.
I appreciate that.
Outfits our kitchen.
And he's such a nice guy. He'll
awesome
come
knives.
over and sharpen every knife in your house. Did we
Yeah.
lose your audio again? Please tell us we didn't lose your audio again.
It's something to do. I'm telling you.
No,
man.
he
What do you
unplugged
mean?
his
I'm here. I'm here. I'm
See?
here.
He's here.
I'm here.
You're
All right.
giving Jay a complex. Like,
All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna slice the steak. Then we got some tortillas, and then we're gonna put some toppings together. And I wish I could share the tacos with you guys because that's what tacos are all about. All right.
all right,
So,
Jacob says, Adam, ready? Jacob says on the stream, tip of the ribs. If a cow were to wear a skirt, that's where the skirt steak would come from.
okay. All right.
Oh, so you have
I
to.
like it.
I guess you have to picture the cow standing upright like a human. Because otherwise, go on. Just never mind.
All right, here we go.
All right. All right. So what I like to do is go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
All right. So with skirt steak, a lot of people just kind of usually will just start slicing it like this because they think they're cutting against the grain, but you're actually cutting with the grain. And you want it nice and tender. You don't want to ruin a nice piece of beef. So what I do is I go ahead and I just cut it in half, rotate it 90 degrees, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to slice into this. Get it nice and thin. And this is what's great about sous vide. Again, if you don't have a sous vide, you can go hot and fast on this. You could reverse sear it. I mean, there's a lot of ways, but the bottom line is just really, I always say the love comes from when you're doing the prep of the meat. You know, when you're putting that seasoning on, that's where the magic's happening. That's where you're making all those flavors.
The slices that you're doing there, thinner better, thicker better? What do you got?
I mean, it's personal preference for tacos. I just like it a little thinner just so, you don't have too much meat in a bite, but nothing wrong with cutting a big piece of meat.
Now, when you say, so you're cutting against the grain, which I get, right? But me personally, like if I'm going to make tacos, I would want to cut that a lot smaller, right?
What do you mean? Like little chunks? Little
little cubes, like little cubes.
Bro.
You could. I mean, that's what's great about barbecue. You know, it's all about personal preference.
I know Greg doesn't want me
but
to.
let's talk
he doesn't
about
want me to
that
be happy
for a
eating
second.
my taco.
You're going to lose a lot of your juice, bro.
Well, okay, bro. I mean, I might lose some juice. I understand that, but here's the thing. You know, I would cut it smaller, right? And then the juice that's on that cutting board, I drain into a little thing, and then I would drizzle that on the tacos as I eat them.
Okay.
Huh? You
that
like
sounds
that,
good.
huh?
Hey, speaking of juice, you got a little juice catcher on your cutting board there,
Yeah.
huh?
It's nice. I love this cutting board. Got it. Catch all those juices. But, I mean, people think you're going to lose a lot of juice and stuff. You're really not. I mean, you're just getting some of the stuff that's escaping from it, but the meat's still going to be super juicy.
What's your favorite thing to barbecue?
I really like steak. I just like steak because there's so many possibilities with it. Just so many different options. So many different flavors you can do with stuff. You think you know it all, and then you find something new, and you find a new way to do something or hear a new method, and you're just, able to try something new, which is great.
Oh, look at that, getting down. There's the tortillas are coming out. You're putting together, you're going to go ahead and assemble the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes, Sonia Riggs from the Colorado Restaurant Association is going to join us for an update. That's at 4:40, and then we've got an interview at 5 o'clock, a flashback interview of biker Jim Pittenger in the iHeart studios with us. So I think one of the first couple of times that we met him, Adam McKenzie on with us. This Jew can cue. He really can. Barbecuing, Adam, I'm sure you know this, is not just meat. Do you get down on any vegetables?
I do the veggies. I kind of always joke with my wife. The veggies never seem to do well for me on Instagram. I did a really cool Detroit style pizza, and I took it after my favorite pizza place, Blue Pan, and I had the arugula on top, and it was just an awesome picture, I thought, and it just, nothing happened to it. And then the next day I put up a picture of a steak, and everyone loved it. So I love the veggies, and I love cooking them and stuff, but people come for the meat.
People come for the meat. It's true, man.
All right, so we're going to do the steak. Then we're going to do a little bit of a homemade salsa with some pineapple.
Oh man, I'm leaving.
And then a little cotija cheese on top. And yeah, should be delicious. So we'll get to it. So we actually made these tortillas.
Of course you did, Adam.
We tried our hand at it. The person who I usually get my tortillas from is just kind of backlogged right now, so I couldn't get my tortillas. So we decided to try and make them. It's my grandma was actually Hispanic, so my grandma would probably be kind of proud. I don't know if she'd be proud of these ones, but she'd be proud I tried. All right, so let's go ahead. So we're going to start. We're going to get just a good old helping of steak on there.
Now, Adam, I put my cheese down first. Call me crazy, but I would have put some cheese down before that meat.
Nothing wrong with that. Getting it all melty. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then lime now. At this point, I would go with lime.
Nah, lime is last.
Really?
Man.
Well,
Yeah.
I might give it a little douse, but I like to get that. Oh man, my mouth is watering. I like to get that acid on that meat right away.
You'd have to pay me.
That's the homemade salsa.
Yep.
You'd have to pay me to put now. Okay, see now I see that cheese. You have to pay me to put cheese on a taco. That's just not my thing.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
But if I am going to put cheese on a taco, is that cojita cheese right there, something like that?
That's going to be your more authentic. Definitely on Instagram. If I throw down some cheddar cheese on tacos, you're definitely going to get some pushback. People are going to be like, that doesn't belong on a taco and stuff. And that's kind of what's fun about Instagram. Brings out those food memories in people. It brings out things that they grew up eating and things that they love. So, it's just fun to talk with people about that different stuff.
All right, here's the weird part of the show. This is where I ask you to eat while Jay rubs my feet.
Wow, that's a new addition.
that's
a new addition.
If we could just watch you eat, I'm going to kick back. And Jay, come on over here, would you?
He kind of sprung that on me, Adam. I don't know. I didn't know that was coming.
Hi, Miss McKenzie. Oh, she can't hear me.
Got my delicious taco.
All right, go for it.
Oh, how's that?
Oh,
man?
Let's just watch Adam eat. What do you think? How'd you do?
I did well. I like it. Tortillas aren't bad for the first time, but
You're not going to share with your wife?
I wish I could share with you guys.
I wish you could too, man. I'm going to guess what part of town you live in just by your house.
What part of town do I live in?
I think you live somewhere in the. I'm going to go off of okay, yeah, show me around. Yeah, do a spin.
Yep,
this is cool. No high rises around.
Nice spot. Yeah, that's like
no high rises. It's definitely suburban.
Yeah, that's like out by the airport somewhere.
Really? Oh, you're going out there.
You're close. You're close. Little banana bread, chocolate chip banana bread.
No,
Get
you did not.
Here. Would you stop it?
Dang, got to go all out. So yeah, this is the grilling temple patio. Got kind of the nice little setup of
no
the wife's
kidding.
trying to dodge
that's three different grills.
That's Maggie and that's Haley, and then there's the cat. Of course, the cat wants some tacos.
Yeah.
And then
Maggie, Haley. What's the cat's name?
Luna.
Luna.
Man, you're living the married good life, huh? Do you have any kids?
Dude.
No kids yet.
No kids yet.
Well, get on it, man. You're quarantined for a reason, brother.
That's right. You're going to have one in December. Trust us. I love your laugh, Adam. Your laugh kills me, dude. What T-shirt are you wearing there, man? Everything's sponsored. Everything Adam has is sponsored.
No, it's just a Telluride T-shirt. My wife's from Telluride. We got married in Telluride. We go back there as much as we can. Just love Telluride. It's just a great mountain town. We just love it. We just love it.
How long you been married?
We've been married almost 6 years now.
No kidding. 6 years. I'm trying to get eye contact from a woman, so I'm right behind you.
Adam, what grade kids do you
I teach STEM technology, so as a specials. So I see kindergarten through 5th grade. So I see about 5-year-olds through about 12-year-olds.
Smarter than we were as kids, or what?
I mean, it's crazy what we do, what the kids do technology wise. I can't even keep up with them.
They teach you, right?
Yep. I mean, I wish we're not just playing Oregon Trail anymore. Even though I wish we were. We're making things on the 3D printer, using the laser cutter, building robots, doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Hey, Adam, I'm going to ask you a question, and don't be modest, because I can almost guarantee you have to be one of the favorite teachers when it comes to the kids. Yeah, I mean,
I try and be the cool teacher,
See, that would have been my question. I'm going to ask a Jake question. There's got to be that one kid that you just want to grab by the scruff. You know, just go, you little punk.
There's 10 of them. You get one. There's 10.
How do you refrain from that?
I love all the kids. That's how. I love them all.
I love them all.
That's right.
We love you, brother. I would tell plug your Instagram, but we're just hoping you to help us out with Instagram, man. That's a great job. Go check out Adam's Instagram. It is, you say it.
I'll say it.
This Juke and Q on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter and on YouTube.
How's your YouTube channel?
It's slow.
Yeah, got to figure out how to grow the YouTube channel. How many followers do you have?
I only have like 150 on YouTube.
It's weird, isn't it? But you got to put effort into it.
Yeah, it's hard. You need those longer videos and stuff, and it's just kind of hard because you put up a great video and it gets 50 views, and it's just being able to rebound and be like, all right, I need to put another one up. It's just, it's
Keep
tough.
going.
Do I need to send Sonia that link, or did you?
I sent it to her.
Okay.
Hey, man, thanks for joining us. Let's do this often, huh? Since
let's do it.
You're laid up, quarantine, right?
Yeah. And there's my rubs again.
Yeah, do that. Plug your stuff. All the stuff you got. Plug it. Selling that?
Spicy Bloody Mary and this is all on Spiceology's website. Double smoke.
Got it.
Proud Souls carries it.
Nice. Ooh,
Garlic
that's
Junkie.
a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one, Adam.
Yeah, so go check out Proud Souls, another great local barbecue spot.
Hey, you know what? You should have had some paprika on that skirt steak, though.
Little paprika.
Mm-hmm. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, thanks for making me starving, man. Appreciate that.
I do my best.
I know you do. Look at his stuff. Truly, Adam McKenzie on with us. This Juke and Q. Go to Instagram. He's going to teach you about barbecuing, and I think he loves what he does, and it shows. It's a passion of his.
Thanks so much for having me on, guys.
Thank you. There he is,
All right.
Adam McKenzie.
Later, buddy.
Ooh, that was good, huh, Jay?
Yeah, man, that dude's on point. He is on point with the stuff he's cooking.
Just a real nice guy, too. Matthew Gears is watching. Jacob Stephen moved to Telluride 6 years ago. And Littleton was Jacob's guest. Jared Leonard joining us. And
we never asked him where
today.
he was, but he said I was close. So
Here she is.
I'll take that as
Great.
a win.
Right on time. 4:50 in the Mile High City. 10 minutes before 5 o'clock, she rejoins us. And we love when we're able to catch a minute with Miss Sonia Riggs, the president and CEO of the Colorado Restaurant Association. Doesn't it seem like we just have never turned off the microphones and we've just been
The
here
days
ever?
are all blurring together now, Greg.
They are. Sonia, we're on day 24 out of 57, 35 days to go until that May 11th target date. Are we still on track for May 11th?
Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing no, but I wish that I hope. My kid's school's been canceled through the end of the school year, which is May 31st. So we'll see.
We want to get back into restaurants, but we all still want to be safe. And folks are really taking the precautions. I'm proud of everybody for doing their part. And, the sooner we can get a hold of this, the sooner we'll get back to normal. But in the meantime, the Colorado Restaurant Association's been doing the heavy lifting, trying to navigate restaurants and bars through this very turbulent time. Where are we at right? I almost just defer to you, like the state of the state. Where are we at right now?
Well, I mean, there's, things are changing daily. I will say, to reassure folks out there, that we're continuing to lobby on the local, state, and federal level every day for restaurants. We know that there's some anticipated changes to the CARES Act that are some tweaks we hear that they're going to make on the federal side, hopefully this week, based on some problems. When you write an 850-page bill in 10 days, there's going to be problems. And so, we don't know what those tweaks are going to look like. I'm hearing it's going to be more funding, because that's one of the big problems. Everybody's probably heard about the Wells Fargo, and forgive me if you talked about it on your show. The issue with Wells Fargo and people being able to get these PPP loans, the Paycheck Protection Program, and from other big banks, because on day one, the day basically that they opened up the loans, they already had more than enough. I heard from one of our members that Wells Fargo told him that it was only 0.1% of the people that applied for the loans are going to get them. So that's really scary. So I'm hearing that they're going to allocate more money this week to the loan program. So we'll see about that.
I heard that that's about $250 billion that they're looking to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll see how far that goes. You know, I'm hearing in some states that there are businesses that are affected by COVID-19, but are affected in a positive way that are still applying for loans, which I'm not quite sure how why that's happening, but you know, we'll see. Hopefully that's not the case. But I will say one of the big thing that we've been hearing from restaurants is that if they have a bank that like a Wells Fargo that's just simply not able to process that many loans, what do they do? Especially when a lot of bankers are saying, if you don't already have a previous relationship with us, when we're not willing to take you in, although we're finding that there are some banks that are. So we're gathering that information on our website. And forgive me, my allergies have officially kicked in.
Fine, yeah.
We're gathering that information, putting it on our website as we have it. So more to come on that, but we'll be posting that as we get that. I think another thing that we just learned is that liquor laws, the current liquor laws allowing restaurants to sell alcohol to go with basically pretty liberal policies have been extended officially by the governor through April 30th. So that's a big one for our industry. Also, Liquor Enforcement Division has gone back and forth about and has changed the rules. So I think people will be happy that they are now, in fact, going to be allowing you to sell alcohol out of growlers and crowlers only if it's brand new. They're not going to let you refill them still, but they now are going to allow you to sell them out of growlers or crowlers if they're no larger than 64 fluid ounces. So that's a new thing. Again, you can't refill them, but that wasn't allowed just a few days ago. So they've given us new language that we got just today on that. So we'll be sending out an email about that tonight.
Thank you.
I think our other big thing that I'd love for folks to know, and I'll be following up directly with you more on this later, we talked about it briefly last night offline, is that we're doing a webinar on Monday, kind of part 2 on the CARES Act. We do have a representative from the Dan Nordberg, who's our regional SBA administrator, is also going to be on that. That's 2 p.m. on Monday. So more to come on that. And Greg, like I said, I'll follow up with you offline about that as well.
Got it.
So those are really, I think, our biggest things right now. Is just, we realize it's a tough time for restaurants, and we're hoping that folks will consider. A lot of restaurants are offering Easter packages for your family. We're looking at which one we want to order from for Easter. I think, if you can consider maybe continuing to use restaurants for takeout, drive-through, and to-go and delivery, we really appreciate your support to the industry.
And seeing restaurants, I know this has been mentioned a few times, but just to reiterate how restaurants are now taking items that you would get at a supermarket making them available.
I've been able to buy loaves of bread. I'm thinking about buying eggs this weekend from somebody, not sure if they're going to be available at the store. Bottles of wine. I mean, literally there's a number of provisions. I mean, people are selling tomatoes and, I bought some avocados at a restaurant. So, there's quite a few things. And I really appreciate our partners in the restaurant industry for really stepping up and helping us get those provisions that we need, especially if we're feeling less and less safe to go to grocery stores.
For sure.
Great alternative.
Lessening the touch points on things, and restaurants are doing such a great job right now. So now that we're in week 4, I believe, since dining rooms have shut down, and we're able to collect more data on how folks are doing, is there any data that stands out in that data collection that folks might want to know?
No, the newest thing that I'm hearing is, that we're hearing from quick service restaurants, they're down about, I've heard 25% on average. That could be more. Full service restaurants are the ones that are really taking the brunt. I've heard upwards of 90% down. 80 to 90% is not uncommon for me to hear. We're actually getting ready to do another survey shortly to find out, because our original survey was what happened the first 22 days of March. Well, people are much further into it at this point. And knowing what they know now and what they're facing, both with, the challenge of just getting business, but keeping on employees as well. What do you now foresee in the next 30, 60, maybe 90 days, depending on what things look like? Because what we're even hearing is, I think this will be helpful for us to be able to share with our government as they're trying to figure out how to help the industry and just want to know the impact on the industry. So please look out for that, folks. And we'd love to get your feedback, just because it helps us in our lobbying and advocacy efforts for helping protect this great industry. But what we have heard from the governor on a call from him recently, I think that was Monday, is that we're probably going to be looking at a new norm, and throughout the summer. And we don't know exactly what that's going to look like, and it's too early for him to tell. But he threw out some things like, are we going to be, as restaurants slowly start to open, continuing social distancing? For example, if you have 100 tables in your restaurant, are you going to maybe ask to open up a third and move those tables further apart and allow fewer people in your restaurant? Are your employees going to continue wearing masks and gloves? What does that look like? So we just don't know, but we believe, and what we're hearing from a lot of people is it's probably going to look very different this summer. And so, we want to make sure everybody feels safe. We want to make sure that customers understand and that restaurants are prepared for having a really safe environment for when folks are able to go back. But people should be prepared that that's probably going to look a little bit different this summer.
Yeah, new normal maybe, and likening it to 9/11, to where you go through an airport that never turned back.
Right.
I mean, that's just the culture that we live in now. Interesting, because I've been kicking this around in my mind for a while and taking some restaurateurs' temperature on what will it look like, post coronavirus or opening the doors. I don't know that folks are going to want to flood back in and sit next to a stranger at a bar stool right at happy hour. So how do you account for that, and what are you going to do going forward?
Some of us are a little bit desperate to go back out there to be normal and social. As I'm hanging out with my 3 wonderful children every day, trying to get work done.
You need to say that.
Yeah, I'm chomping at the bit to get back out there with people my own age, but I don't know. I think a vaccine is going to be key, right? The vaccine and or a cure, or like a treatment that's very effective. Once those hit the market, I think I'm hoping, knock on wood, that it's going to be much more like things used to be, much more of the norm. But we don't know when that's coming, and we're hearing anywhere from a year to 18 months, hopefully less. Sure. But
I mean, this will be addressed all the way across the board, from concert venues to sports events, not just restaurants, but
movie theaters. What is that going to look like? Or is it everybody has to sit six rows apart? And then how do I deal with that with my 8-year-old? I don't want my or if you have a 2-year-old, you don't want them to be sitting. You got to have them on your lap. But how does that work?
And I look at restaurants that already run on such small margins that I'm hoping that we're able to figure out what's working now during coronavirus, to be able to keep some of that stuff around, to mitigate or to make it so that it's subsidizing part of their in-house business.
That's a great point, Greg, and I appreciate you bringing that up, because I think it may be in our best interest to consider extending some of these temporary laws. For example, the alcohol to go. Is that something that are the things that we can do to help restaurants as they're recovering through this time, to give them an option for more sales than they would traditionally have? So
because I literally don't want a $20 martini to make up for that deficit. I mean, they're going to have to figure out where to make the money in the environment. I mean, a lot of people. It'll be interesting to see that develop. So going back, I got one more for you, Sonia. Data points. Are there any numbers out there right now in the climate of how many restaurants have decided to remain open, those that are wanting to temporarily close, and then those that are closed for good?
Well, when we did our survey a couple weeks ago, at this point, we had heard it was going to be about 14%, another month in, for permanent closures. I don't have updates. If I were to guess, and forgive me, this is just based on the number of the ones I'm seeing, I would say upwards of probably 50% are temporarily closed, maybe even higher. But I would say 50% is probably about right for the number that have temporarily closed, that are hoping to reopen, right? But I think the longer this goes, it's going to look very different, which is why we're going to do an updated survey. And as soon as I have that information, I will let you know immediately what the results look like there.
I think that's going to tell a lot, or at least take the temperature of where it's at right now.
Yeah.
You're doing great work.
Thank you.
corestaurant.org. A lot of great information. You have opened up your resources to non-members as well.
Any restaurant that needs the information, they're welcome to go to our website, and they can sign up to get our emails and even get text alerts from us. We're happy. We're here to help the entire industry and want to help however we can.
Cool. We'll catch up with you soon, but I do want to make another emphasis on the great webinars that you guys are putting together as well. If you can take part in those webinars, do it. It'll benefit you immensely. Thank you, Sonia Riggs.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you too. Sonia Riggs, Colorado Restaurant Association. Again, doing the heavy lifting, Jay.
Yeah, man. I mean, she's invaluable to a lot of people right now in the city for sure.
All right, let's see who's on the stream right now, Jay.
So Jared Leonard is, I didn't want to interrupt Sonia, but he says California stopped selling produce out of restaurants, and hopefully that doesn't happen here in Denver. Brian Green joined.
Full service restaurants have an average of 16 days of working capital saved without new revenue. That's Jared Leonard. Brian Green says, Sonia,
I can tell you this, man. When you were speaking to Sonia a little bit about what the new norm is going to be, like 9/11 obviously changed a lot of things that are now just how the world is, right?
I hate to ask her those questions too, because she's advocate for restaurants. She wants people to go back, so she's not going to give me an opinion on.
No, but I bet you though, when it comes to that conversation, I bet you that you're going to see people wearing masks when this is all said and done, like just going forward, like when you go to a concert, when you go to they're going to be wearing masks like a lot of people do in Asia just because of the smog, right? I mean, that's generally where that comes from. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to putting on a mask, walking around if I'm going to a place where there's a lot of people, knowing the current, like 1,800
None
people.
of the babes will be able to see your beautiful, luscious mouth, though.
Oh, well, God, I thought you were going to say face, but when you actually use that word mouth, that's a little freaky. But
that's a little weird.
Yeah, that's right.
Mouth. You got a pretty mouth, Jay. Here's what we're going to do. No Dr. Baby Yoda today.
No, man, but you know what I'm going to do here? Hold on. I'm going to put up a nice picture of her.
Are you?
Yeah, so the people...
I was going to just play yesterday's her getting down with us. Did you do...
Oh, when you were playing the song?
Yes,
man.
Yes, man. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. This was yesterday. And her husband,
her picture's
Nick
up right
Metz,
now. That's Dr. Sarah Metz right there. And
wanted me to just break out this clip for her.
Okay.
And so I did. Okay. And let me get a full screen.
Get it queued up. And
this
I'll push it over.
This is the fun that we have with Dr. Baby Yoda, Dr. Sarah Metz. We're still trying to get her audio down, but let's just give you a little taste of this. There it is, Dr. Sarah Metz. We're going to play it out with some music right now. Why not? Little dance party, Jay. Can I see you dancing, Jay? Yeah, hold on.
Take no chance. Toilet paper, latex gloves, now it's alright. It's okay. You may look the other way. You can try to understand the coronavirus effect.
Here's my mom. That's my mom. Point. That's right. I knew you could dance.
Yeah, she got some.
She's got some moves. I know she's got moves. We've got to thank Dr. Sarah Metz, Code 4 Counseling. Right, look her up. Stephen Gould, thank you. Great show yesterday. Each show is archived. Doing a great job on our YouTube. We just don't promote it enough, so we're doing that right now. Go to the Modern Eater YouTube. Maybe we'll start giving out prizes again. We used to give out a lot of prizes.
Right now.
What's the prize? No prize yet. We got to figure out. But tomorrow we're going to have a prize.
Get a date with Greg.
We're going to have a prize. Date with Jay and Greg.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Yeah, you want to double up with a couple of 50-year-old guys in Denver? Here we go. God save us all.
Hey, Jay, I'll honk you anytime you want it, man.
Corey Lopez on the Facebook.
You know who Corey
says,
Lopez is?
Yeah, the peanut butter guy.
No, Corey Lopez is my pal from iHeart. He was
He's got a name. Am I thinking of Corey?
Thanks for keeping us. The sports guy, Corey Lopez.
Okay. Now I remember. Great info from Sonia. Thanks for keeping us up to date. Helps us give our clients good and informed direction.
Maybe I'm wrong. Is that Corey Lopez? Mike Corey Lopez? I don't know.
Let me click on
Jared Leonard. Jared, I've been wanting to have this conversation with you. if you would have gotten on the stream after Chef David Hadley, when you were scheduled for a half an hour and we tap danced around waiting for you, I wanted to have that conversation with you. He says 14% of closures is low.
I told that's
sadly,
what I
think it will be closer to 40%. And then you hear other people that are saying, lost 80% of their revenue because they're full service, right? I think that or 90%. I think that some folks are really trying to pad it that they're losing their ass, because they need the benefits, the fits.
Yeah, I mean, all that's going to happen.
I need that government money right now. Give me that government money.
There's somebody out there gouging the situation without a doubt, man. It's human
nature.
It's
507 in the Mile High City. Proud Souls. You saw Adam McKenzie, right? Adam McKenzie, this Juke and Q. This is how we met Adam, was through Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. They're open and adapting, and right now offering free deliveries. The boys are out there running the town, dropping off all your barbecue needs. This includes all supplies you require for your home grilling and barbecue needs: meat, pellets, charcoal, wood, seasonings, sauces, grills, and accessories. Guess what you have to do to get it, Jay?
Go to their website,
ProudSoulsBBQ.com, or here's the phone number, 720-612-7324. You can pick it up at their location on Federal or in 25th. Just call ahead, whatever you want. They'll get it ready for you. Saw a guy the other day, bought a grill, putting it in the back. A lot of guys aren't allowed to go inside right now, right?
That's
their
true.
wives and their families say, go in the backyard and don't come back until it's dark. So you're sitting outside all day, guys. Get your barbecue game going. Proud Souls Barbecue. One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
What was I going to say? Oh, I had something to say. Oh, anybody on the show tomorrow?
I'm talking to Kevin McCrossin from Counterculture. I reached out to
I love that place.
Yeah, man, and he's a cool dude. The gals from Honey Bunchies. Hopefully, I'm going to get them. It's
but that is Mike Corey Lopez.
Yeah, I saw that he said that.
And Jared said, let's reschedule. Love to chat with y'all about this. And it's a great conversation. I want to talk post-coronavirus. I want to talk, what will it, just because the floodgates could open back up, are folks going to go have the same dining habits, right? It's going to be interesting. And I know restaurants run on such small margins that something's going to have to give. And I think it's going to be higher priced food and beverages, and price start at the bar. If you think I'm lying about a $20 martini with this hyperinflation, with this fiat currency, $2 trillion infused into our income, putting $1,200 checks in pockets near and wide, and then unemployment and an extra 500, people are going to have the cash, but there hasn't been any products or services exchanged for that cash. And they're going to want to go back out to restaurants, and restaurants are going to try and figure it out. So as water tries to find its own level, here it is. Martini, $20.
I mean,
people are going to pay it at first, and then they won't. And so it'll lessen out, and then finally the market will correct itself. But it's going to be a while. And restaurants
I'll agree that they're going to have to push the cost on.
I will fight
you to us somewhere. I don't know. I mean, now listen, if you're at the a fine dining place downtown somewhere, I mean, you're already paying $15 for a drink. So I'll agree that some of them may go up into the 20s and this and that. But I think that I think it's going to be slow going. I think that they're going to figure out a way to go around the corner to get that money back than versus saying a $30 plate of chicken. I mean, just my opinion. And if they do that, if you do go into place and they're like, hey, listen, tonight's special is chicken and broccoli and it's $30, that's going to come with a caveat of a conversation saying, listen, this is what we're doing in the business to get back on our feet. That's why this chicken
want
is $30.
Another prediction?
Sure.
Another prediction. Offices right now, big offices and office space, and people, they're working from home right now. And a lot of companies are figuring out it's working. And you know what a big overhead is?
Payroll.
No.
Oh, okay.
Office space.
Oh, there's that. Hey, listen.
Take it a step further, man. Yeah. Fine dining or full service or eating in at a restaurant, that could take a big hit because some of these places are figuring out the Jared Leonard style might be the way to go.
Yeah.
and fast casual to where, you don't need this big overhead for rent. And leases there's going to be a lot of property that's wide open after this. And
I'll
you know what? You
I'll
might
buy that. I'll buy that.
I'm telling you.
You know what else too? I bet you that there's a lot of companies right now figuring out that 4 people from home can do on their computer can do the same job that 6 people can do from.
Jared Leonard, he says, it's like, Jared, we should just have you on right now. Fine dining will suffer for 1 to 2 years. $15 to $25 chef-driven independent concepts will recover much faster. Brian Green says, thanks for what y'all do. That's me and you, Jay, and the team. Little Rich, Brian, Rebecca Berry. Keeping folks up to date and motivated is huge. Not in the industry, and he's not in the industry more. Wait, I'm not in the industry and more, but the industry will always be my family. You keep us connected. Thank you, man. That's really all we try to do. Expense accounts are going to shrink too. You're right. And I'm telling you, that's where the conversation is going to go with the modern eater for weeks ahead here as we check. Have you been doing what you said you were going to do? You were going to check back with Troy Gard. You were going to check back with Juan Padre. You're going to check back with Alex Seidel because we need to line them up before the openings to see, hey, what did you do? And what can we expect May 11th?
You give me the dates that you think are going to be that dates?
Week leading up to it. May 11th is Monday, right? So that week before.
May 11th?
Yeah, that week before. Let's get all those guys lined up, and let's talk about that. Usually we ended at 5 o'clock, right? Well, today was 5:13. I don't know. I want to play this interview. I think it's cool. It's when times were simpler and less confused. This is back in the iHeart days. This is when we first started integrating video into our radio broadcast because we knew we needed to migrate the brand over to new media and video as well. So check this out. This is just to give you an idea. You'll see the players in there, but this is kind of the initial first couple meetings that we met. Biker Jim Pittenger. Little Rich Schneider was not a partner with us on the Modern Eater show yet. He was just number one fanboy. And he'd hang out with us in the studio. What's wrong with number one fanboy? Why'd you cross your eyes?
Man, I'll get to that later, man. Don't even ask me that question right now.
Is that like a dirty movie or something?
No.
Oh, my God. That. All right, so here it is. This is an excerpt of the Modern Eater show live in the iHeart studios. I hope you enjoy it.
A former repo man, gone cart vendor downtown, gone...
Lost something there, buddy boy.
My computer's completely frozen.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Dang it! Let me re-cue this thing.
Would you redo that?
I was just teasing.
Hey, Greg, can you?
I'm trying.
Jim Pittenger.
Let
and
me set that up. Let me see where it's
little
at.
construction.
Dang it! Let me set it up.
Doing the
talk to the folks.
Well, it is, and it's usually communication. But
6 days
I mean, I'm
Monday through
intrepid
Friday,
sojourner
2 to 5 p.m.
for a truck.
Handcrafted and
look at.
I mean,
Well, it is, and it's usually
is it necessary?
most interesting man in the room.
Perform to do the
Most interesting man in the room.
perform, Jim. Perform.
Yeah, well, am I a monkey? Am I your monkey?
Yeah.
Really? Jim Pittenger is his real name. And the man we met when he was, we had a mutual friend, and he is just Jim.
I think Bruno's still alive. So hey, Bruno.
Yeah, we do. Bruno Despoda, the whole team. Actually, a big shout out to the growers team. They were busting their rears today, cleaning. But more about what you've done, because I mean, there's so much. You brought hot dogs to a new level, in my opinion. I mean,
We've been elevating your wieners since 2005 in this business.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Not in the business not to have the jokes, right?
I know. Well, and I've eaten your wiener late a lot of times. I truly have. I mean, when you and enjoyed the hell out of it.
I have. Oh, I think I saw probably the absolutely worst and yet best barbecue apron ever.
I'm afraid.
Yes,
Jim, this is a family show.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So it's, really then.
So tell us more about the apron.
It just says when you put my meat in your mouth, you're going to want to swallow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Walking the line.
we might be.
Is that where the cough button comes in? We might be late.
We might be broadcasting from Biker Jim's studio next week,
and permanently from there on.
And permanently from there on. Here it is. Here's the tagline for you. You can trust me. I'm a professional. Right there it is.
I get paid for this. This is amazing. Well, not this, but people pay me to cook hot dogs. It's really fun.
Yeah. So talk about it. I mean, first of all, let's go back to the repo days. I mean, legitimately a
legitimate car thief. Yes, I've probably stolen upwards on 12,000 cars in my career. I was pretty good at it.
Just because I'm an inquisitive kid, that's really all I am. It's just a kid that can talk. What's that? Are you staking cars out? Or are you like, this is the mission? There's the car. I got to get it out of the driveway. How do I do that? I don't want to have the dog bark. I don't want an angry guy.
See this car?
Yeah.
Dog,
but
not from repoing. But long story. Anyway, so when we first got started, me and the owner of the company, our tagline was, given enough time, we can steal anything. Hooters, when Hooters opened, and they opened here in Denver, the first one, we actually probably shouldn't talk about this, but we snagged a car out of the parking lot from there.
Sure.
As they were doing construction.
Right.
Might have been one of the principals. I don't know. It was a Cadillac. And we got it jammed up against one of these little construction poles and couldn't figure out how to back it in and out and get it out of there with the tow truck.
And this guy's in there.
Oh, no, he's out watching us.
Oh, he's watching.
He's going, you guys couldn't do this for a living. So that's where that first tagline arranged. You've heard of like the 40-point turn. This was 40 points, but we got it out of there. It evolved into if we can see it, we can have it. And which is really the mission of a good repo man.
Yeah.
You want to, as quickly as possible, recover the collateral, put it in a safe place, give the debtor an opportunity to, either the loan,
which never happens.
No, that happens quite frequently.
Really? I
yeah.
figured it's being repoed for a reason.
Well, it is, and it's usually communication.
Okay.
But I hate,
what does that look like? Seriously, you said, here's what you're in the arrear, and this is what you need to pay me now in order to keep your car.
Oh, I wouldn't talk to people.
Oh, you wouldn't?
I would try to avoid talking to people whenever possible. You've seen these repo shows, right?
I mean,
they're full of crap.
They are.
It's drama. To actually watch somebody steal a car, pretty boring.
Yeah.
I'd sit in my truck, I'd drive to Aspen, so I'd take 3 hours to get up there, and it'd take me 45 seconds to steal a car, and I'd drive 3 hours back. It doesn't make for good TV. So that's why they have these guys, they'll go out and hook a car and at 2 a.m, bang on somebody's door and get the keys from them.
Let's face it, though. So when were you doing this? What year?
Years from like 87 to 2005.
Yeah, so an 87 Thunderbird's a lot easier to steal than Rich's brand new Mercedes.
Screwdriver and a hammer, I could drive off with almost anything.
Really?
A spoon and a bungee cord, I could get into any Ford truck.
Intriguing.
It's a little more complicated, but a tow truck just is kind of the great equalizer. There's really no car you can't get with a tow truck.
And so here I am. I'm seeing Biker Jim, contemplating.
Used to be Repo Jim.
Repo Jim. I could. Is it bad that you don't like the stereotype, but you look like a repo man?
Oh, I brought this for you.
Looks like your hot dogs.
I look like kids' dogs.
He gave me half a peace sign. Which
the good half.
Yeah, the good half. So I'm just picturing you, sitting in a car in the middle of the night. You're just about to do a repo, or one didn't go right, and you go, you know what? I should get in the hot dog business.
Well, evolution into this. I was a late bloomer when it came to a street vendor. I didn't start this business until I was 48. And, at that point, I felt like I might have pushed my luck about as far as I could with stealing cars. I only had guns pointed at me maybe 6 times, which some people think might be a few times too many. But, the complexion of the industry had changed. I'd peaked for pretty much about how much money I could make doing it, and I was sick of it. So
take a left turn.
Took a left turn. I was in Alaska, where I grew up, and a buddy of mine is Anchorage's hot dog guy. And
all right, we'll leave it right there. We're going to go into, this is great, how this story is unfolding. I know people are going to stick around for this. Okay, it's 7:16, the Mile High City. Jim Pittenger, Biker Jim, is in studio with us. We're just doing the setup of how he got into the vending business, hot dog business. This is great. Little Rich, it's not disappointing, is he?
Not at all. No. He's got 1,000 stories. I mean, we could do like a year here, easy.
Are you ready?
Just need coffee and more hot dogs.
All right, stick around from this quick break. We'll be right back. Biker Jim, just giving us what we wanted to have. It's just a great Saturday night and fun. These are the things. These are the stories. I always tell you, if you have a product, you better have a story. And I'll tell you what, it won't disappoint. We'll be back next. 3 minutes right here on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. Jay, is mic on? Yeah, mic's on. Yeah. Okay. Instead of playing that rest of that interview, show my screen.
All right, hold on. I just put up some stuff with our names on it. Hold on.
5 years. Guess what Saturday is, Jay?
This Saturday?
Yeah.
Is it an anniversary of sorts?
It's our 5-year anniversary, my boy.
Really?
5-year anniversary of the Modern Eater Show.
Feels like 10.
It feels like 10. This interview and 5 years worth. All you have to do, you want to watch this Biker Jim interview, see this little search bar on the moderneater.com. Come over here, click on it, put in Biker Jim. Click enter, and all of the cool stuff that anybody that you want to hear an interview with. If they're in town,
I was going to say, well, they have to have been on the show.
Well, I think most everybody's been on the show. 5 years worth, man. It's something to be proud of. I'm really proud of you. Today's a great job, Jay, and we're just getting better every single day. And we thank you guys so much. Not only the 5 years, but 5 more. We want to be around at 2 to 5 p.m. right here from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. We'll continue tomorrow. Have to thank everybody that joined the show today. Eric Hyatt from Angelo's Taverna, Kurt Peter and Luke Blau, Infinite Harvest, Jeffrey Nations, and Codyann LaCouture from Aspen Baking Company, 4 p.m. Larry Herz and OCN Eats, Adam McKenzie, This Jew Can Q, a couple of flashback interviews, and for myself and Jay Parker, we're going to bid you adieu until tomorrow, where we'll continue with the Modern Eater Show.